It's sausages sometimes. Phil, whatever we do today, you're going to fully take the piss out of Scott, right?
Can you not swear before 9 p.m, please, Ellie?
It's not swearing. It's a common household.
The whole community really find that offensive. We are live, I think. It's not come through on my phone. If you could let me know down in the comments, that would be fantastic.
Just to keep Scott happy, Phil, tonight, any questions Scott asks you, can you make sure you urinate all over him with a bunch of different words? Technically, it's not swearing. Just keep him happy.
Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is having a fantastic week, just like we are. Hi, Steve. Hi, Jackie. Hey, David. Hi, Susan. Hi, Jeremy. Hi, Ian. Hi, Love at First Bite. Hey, Lucy. Hey, Meeling. Hi, Tarantula Exotic Friends. Hey, Craig. Hi, Philip. Hi, Jackson. Hi, Greg. Hey, James. Hi, the Fairly Odd Tarantula Couple. Hi, Tarantula Halla. Hi, Diana. Hi, Vivian. Hello, everybody. I think that's just going to be easier. I think I'm just going to do that from now on. Just.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
Hi, Mark. Hi, Victoria. I hope everybody is having a really, really good week so far. Those that are going seas this Sunday, getting exciting, isn't it? It always is, especially when it's been a long while between shows. That big gap in between shows is probably a good thing for some of us.
The bank account certainly likes there being a gap.
Yeah, my wife certainly enjoys the fact that there's no show in December. I'll put it that way. Listening, just got to do a bit of tidying up. That's up, White Wolf. No worries. Yeah, and if you could all hit that like button, that'd be fantastic. If you're not subscribed, remember to subscribe as well. While you're on the subject of subscribing, just double check that you're subscribed to Incredible Inverts and Other Animals, as well as Ellie and Lupang's Bug Babies.
We do have separate channels, fine.
Well, just put the channel that you would like people to subscribe down below there.
If you can find it, you can subscribe to it. Deal.
So that would be Lewis's channel is Lupang and Ellie's is Ellie's Bug Babies.
Scott, don't make it easy.
When is the next IHS? Where is it? Milton Keynes, is it?
Milton Keynes on the 18th of June. Remember that. But yeah, down Milton Keynes this year. Just down the road from me. So awesome.
Phil, so obviously, you know, you do YouTube. Everybody knows you for YouTube, and everybody knows you for doing the zookeeping as well. One of the questions has come up. How many peanuts do you get through in a week at the zoo?
Not many. We don't really use that many peanuts.
Are they not a staple food like we all think they are for elephants?
No, not at all. Not at all. Because they're actually quite fatty. So we'll use peanuts very, very occasionally. But we try and avoid them when we can.
And how is Rosie?
Rosie's good. So she's always awesome.
And if you guys want to see and find out who Rosie is, check out Phil's Instagram at Incredible Inverts with Other Animals. Rosie is an absolutely gorgeous bird. I couldn't tell you what type. What type is it, Phil?
Red-crested Turco. She always greets me at the door. I'll turn my brightness down.
Hey, Greg. Hey, Jungle Loft.
There she is.
Let me get that. Oh my God, you don't want to see my ugly face. You want to see this beauty. She is a stunner.
So she's fantastic. I say, pretty much greets me at the door every morning when I go into the building.
What is your favourite animal that comes up and says hello? Actually, like comes up to Phil and literally like a human.
It's between her and Carmen, the rhino iguana, for me. It's hard to pick between the two.
When you're working with those, can you sense that connection? Like they actually recognise you?
Oh yeah, definitely.
What,
Especially with Rosie. Like,
what's the difference?
if she doesn't
Sorry.
see me for a few days, she gets very excited when I walk into the building.
So what would the difference be between like another keeper that doesn't work with the iguana or doesn't work with the bird going in instead of you?
Actually, both, like, pretty much everyone. And so Rosie, if she, she'll follow everyone around as if she really likes someone, she'll sit on their shoulder or on their head and stuff, and maybe display kind of thing. Carmen, throwing one, she'll just, if she's feeling up to it, she'll wander up to someone for a scratch, sit on their lap, sort of thing.
One of the other things I was, hey Jackson, what was, hey Emily, I was kind of thinking about was the differences between reptile keeping for somebody like me and reptile keeping for a professional like yourself in a zoo. What's the main differences?
Lots of record keeping. Lots of record keeping. So we record pretty much everything. So like doing daily temperature checks, recording UV levels at least once a week. So potentially someone that might be coming is recording lux levels, so the intensity of the light.
I was just about to say, what's the lux level? How surely that UV levels is doing all that, or
no. No. So basically, traditionally you'd have like infrared heat and UV, but that's two ends of the light spectrum. But then you're perhaps missing out the middle part of the spectrum. So that's where things like LEDs come in handy. So things like your Jungle Dawns and stuff, fill in make that full spectrum. That's up to make the Viv brighter. So basically, it was found out that just because a Viv enclosure may look bright to you, it can actually be pre-dawn levels of light. And stuff when you measured the lux, and there was someone in the UK that found out with their bearded dragon, private owner, and it was all like, I've got to set up how the current, it's a couple of years ago, but the current modern day sort of standards of combining your heat and your UV sources as near to each other as possible and stuff. This and the other was like temperatures are fine. It's got good UV. I'm measuring the UV with a solar meter. Doing this and the other, but it just sits there and doesn't do anything. It seems lethargic, but been vet checked and stuff, and they're like, no, there's nothing wrong with it. So he got a lux meter, measured the lux, and he found like in the Viv was like something like 4,000 lux or something. Went outside in the UK, overcast day, measured the lux, and it was like 40,000 lux.
big difference.
Massive difference. And so started looking into lux and something that's being looked into a lot more. Went, actually, yeah, potentially our Vivs are actually really, really dull and stuff, and we just don't realise it.
So, have you ever worked with
think it's not even daytime when we've got our lights on.
So, have you ever worked with an animal that's like been in low lux and one that's been in high lux of the same species and seen a difference?
I haven't personally, but people like Roman Murren has. He's been doing experiments with it. Francis Baines has and stuff, and again, they kind of found out that basically the light, because a lot of reptiles have what we call the pineal eye, so the third eye on top of the head, that kind of senses like light and dark. But I found out actually sunlight goes straight through the head.
Wow.
And stuff, and if it doesn't go straight through the head, they don't realise it's daytime.
So that third eye isn't an eye as we think, is it? It's just literally a light sensor.
Yeah. But I found out that the wavelengths need to kind of actually penetrate through the body.
Actually, through the whole reptile.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then that energy allows them to heat up, do all their processes and stuff.
So that those light levels going through the body is actually warms the animal up. It's not
Helps
just the
warm
heat.
animal up, yeah. Not just heat. Light is energy.
Is that why the heat mats are just crap with the reptiles?
Yep. You need light heat. So heating from a light source to actually warm an animal up properly. Or at least with reptiles, actually heat them up.
So what's your personal opinion on something like a deep heat bulb?
They're useful. They have their place. When they were first released, they were thought to be something that could be used for basking. And then on independent tests, found that actually they weren't good for that. And they were just slightly better than a ceramic. So for background heat, for nighttime heat, but not for basking, because the animal just won't get warm enough. Or it will take hours to try and get warm enough. And you got to realise that they should be basking for maybe 5 minutes, kind of thing. Get 5-10 minutes and be warmed up, ready to go, off we go, sort of thing. And so, whereas again, traditionally, we kind of thought, oh yeah, this is, whatever this lizard snake's been under this heat source for a good hour or so, it's loving that. But actually, it's cold.
It's cold, yeah.
It's taken a hell of a long time to actually get warmed up.
Is that old? I don't know if it's a wife's tale or wives' tale or what. But would you know when you put your hand underneath the bulb, if you can feel your skin tingling? Apparently, that's how you tell if that bulb's doing its job correct.
A little bit because it's going deep into
true?
the muscle. Yeah, you want to feel. So if you put your hand out, your bare arm in the sunlight, even on a cold day, you'll feel your arm get warm. And then you'll start getting tingling going on. That's the infrared A wavelengths going deep into your muscles and heating you up. Basically. And so an animal can be warm on a cold day if it's sunny. Okay. So, and that's what we found is that, you need those infrared A wavelengths that actually penetrate deep into the muscles. So things like your heat mats and ceramics, they're only infrared B, so they warm the skin. They work much like our radiators.
Okay.
And stuff, and to us, they feel nice and warm because we only need to warm our skin up. And so, because obviously we generate our body temperature. We keep our body temperature pretty stable. We should do.
Yeah,
so
regulated.
It's only really our extremities that feel cold, and that makes us feel cold. So we only need, to heat our skin up, whereas a reptile needs to heat its muscles up. So that's where they need, that's where the halogens come in play.
So that reptile needs a light to create heat for its whole entire body, whereas a mammal like us, we create our own to a certain limit, I suppose.
Yeah, we create our own. It's only when you feel cold because, again, our nerve endings in our skin feel the cold.
One of the other questions I wanted to ask was how many subscribers has come along to the zoo now and said, Phil, how is that different to like before you did YouTube? And also, we want to give your zoo a massive shout out as well, obviously.
Yeah, but I've had a couple turn up. Matt Transfer Rookies come here. So I've had someone who one summer it was queuing up to get in, and I walked out the front to do stuff, and then it was just like, oh my god, it's made my day. You're here, sort of thing. I was like, sorry, and stuff. Happy Ant UK's been here. There's been a few that have come in because of me doing the YouTube, and it's.
I suppose Leah and Kelly have been over, haven't they, as well?
Leah and Terry have been over. And other people, come over. And other people are planning to come over at some point.
Me, Ling, I literally come here to see Scott's nipple. You can go on TikTok. You can see my nipple. We're hoping to come to you probably. I think it's the first Sunday in March or after the Taunton show.
Something like that, hopefully.
I think Tarantula Rookie's going to be there. Steve Goodbury's going to be there. Me, the wife, and the kids are all going to go. So what I'll do is I'll put those dates on the community tab on Facebook, And if anybody else wants to turn up and say, hello, Phil, come along on that day and we'll have just a mass Let's Invade Phil day. And what's the name? What's the name of the zoo, Phil?
Shepherd Wildlife Park, just outside Cambridge.
And how many acres is it?
We're only about 8 acres, so we're not big. So we're a small zoo.
Would you know how many different species of animal you've got there, roughly?
Ooh. Probably nearly 200 species, probably. It's going to be around that sort of mark. So obviously that includes the invertebrates.
How many years have you been there now, Phil?
Around about 16 or 17, something like that. I started here when I was a teenager doing work experience, and
are you classed as a senior keeper now?
Yeah, so I'm a head keeper.
Just still have to clean up the animal poo.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which one stinks the most?
Lucky enough, my lot don't tend to stink too much. Out of all of them, probably the armadillos out of my ones, but you hardly ever find it, so you don't really notice it. In terms of in the rest of the park, otters stink. The cats, the tigers, and the cloud leopards, they stink. The weirdest one is that the mane will smell like an illegal substance.
Apparently they really, really do smell.
To the point that keepers that work with them do get pulled over and have to be tested sometimes because it's not believed that they're not doing it. That it's a species of dog.
Chaz, if you're going to message me, mate, can you text me instead of sending a voice message? It's easier for me to get the message my end, especially when I'm on a live, dude.
Yeah, because you never know what he's going to say.
Exactly. Greg says, did you say something about clouded leopards?
Clouded leopards, two females, they're sisters. I'd be lucky to see them because they're incredibly elusive, but we do have two clouded leopards.
How come you get all the good stuff at your place?
It's all just how it goes sometimes to get the permissions to do it.
Hi, Jackie.
So after 16, 17 years in the same job, what motivates you in the morning to get up and go do what you've got to do? Does it ever feel like, oh, back to work again?
You do have those moments. And so any job does, but ultimately the animals keep you going back. And so over the animals, the hardest part of the job is deaths.
Hey, Amy.
That is the hardest part of any zookeeper job is dealing with deaths, whether it be planned euthanasias, for welfare reasons, for health reasons, or ones that you're not expecting. They both hit you just as hard, sort of thing. And it's something that you have to deal with as a zookeeper. Is you want to give an animal a good life, but also, if you can, a good death.
Do they hit you as hard as what if one of your friends passed away or somebody that you?
For some of them, they're almost family members because we see our animals often more than our own families. I think you see them every day, so spend more time with the animals than you do your own families often. So they become almost part of your family in some ways.
Does the zoo give you any time to kind of process that?
No zoo does really. So often planned ones are done first thing in the morning, and then you got to often you got to work that day, sort of thing.
Because if I went into work in the UK and my cat had passed away or I had to pad my dog down, they're legally required to give me the day off. So why isn't it the same for you?
It's just something we kind of don't expect it, really. you certainly get a bit, you get a bit of time to, if it's an animal that you're close with, that perhaps you've been in charge of, so you're close with that animal, a bit of time to sort of grieve. And we have a really good team here, so we all pull together and do things. So we had one today, unfortunately. So that keeper sort of went out to the car park for a bit to have a cuppa and sit down and sort of thing, and we dealt with everything kind of thing, and so that they didn't have to sort of thing. Obviously, close to that animal, and so, and then you kind of go, well, the other animals still need you.
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah,
and stuff, and you kind of have to process it. Reassure. We all reassure each other, kind of thing. And stuff that it was the right decision at the right time and stuff. It was planned. As I've been, kind of reassure of why you do certain things and stuff, and you kind of realise, well, we still need to crack on and look after all the other animals. They still need you. So, and that's the same in the US. Sometimes I've heard some US keepers where it's even worse than that. Kind of thing where you're not even allowed to have a 5-minute break afterwards. Some of them.
wow.
Sort of thing.
I couldn't process something like that in 5 minutes and then be expected to work again.
So
there's just no way.
Yeah, but you have to be tough. Obviously, you get emotional about it all, and most people say the day you're not emotional about it is the day you quit, kind of thing, because then you don't care anymore. So I mean, that's why a lot of zookeepers actually sometimes leave the industry by around 35 often.
They've just had a look at the deaths.
It knackers you, and it's like, by that time, people are obviously normally wanting to settle down and stuff, and unfortunately, finance is coming to play.
It's it's one of the reasons I stopped doing cows because of the deaths.
Yep.
What I will say is, if you're subscribed to Phil's channel, Phil doesn't shout out or doesn't promote his channel members or anything like that. But if you've got a spare £3 a month, hit him up with a channel membership. Zookeepers are on a crap wage, and we're still spending more money on his inverts and getting that education out there for everybody. Probably more so on reptiles and snakes, definitely. So going on from the deaths, surely you must see the other side of that, which is going to be the birth. How many births do you get roughly in a year? Is it scheduled? Is it planned? Is there any kind of...
It varies every year.
It's only fair.
So it depends on breeding programs. As if there's animals that are on breeding programs. And depending on what, you can imagine. So if they're on what we call an EEP, which is the European Endangered Species Program, it's up to you whether you breed them or not. So you get told whether you can or not, kind of thing. And if you get told that you're recommended to breed, then you try and breed. If you get told you don't breed them, kind of thing, because it's all strictly managed.
What's his name?
Some idiot.
Aren't on like controlled programs. Then it's kind of down to you whether you breed or not. So,
what was that last bit?
If they're not on controlled program, so if they're not on an EEP program, then it's kind of down to you. So EEPs are normally they're reserved for endangered species and stuff. So we need to make sure that they're not related, that they're not overrepresented either genetically, and so whereas ones that are on those programs, it's kind of down to individual zoos to make that decision, sort of thing. So things like our capybaras, it's down to us because they're not endangered on the program.
Hey Chris, hey John.
Things like our maned wolves, our red pandas, stuff, they're all on programs. So,
Is there any programs to breed the red pandas this year?
they've been trying, but I don't know what they're doing.
If they have 4 babies, right, and you only somehow count 3,
2. I'll have one. Lewis can have the other.
So yeah, we've been trying to breed them. But we think our female spread's a little bit too old for our male, or our male's a bit too young for her. So he's sometimes a bit more playful, and she just gives him a whack round the face.
Just dye his hair a little bit grey, and then she'll be like. Matt's in the chat. Vivian says, "Why is all the granddad stuff?" Oh my god, do we have to tell that story? Tarantula Rocky, we call him Grandad because his son Connor had his girlfriend staying over at Tarantula Rocky's over Christmas. So on a live stream, I was winding him up, telling him that he was going to be a granddad come October. Yeah, that he loves the idea of becoming a granddad, don't you, Matt? So Matt does a live once a month. So if you go on his live, drop him a comment, say "Hey, Grandad," and if you watch any of his videos, do the same thing. If you are watching and you've got any questions for Phil about his channel, about what he's planning for the future, about his zookeeping or anything like that, drop them down into the comments. If we don't ask them, just keep dropping them in until we do clock that one comment. You know. What does Phil look like without a beard?
I've seen that.
Oh, I want to see that now, Phil.
Have you?
Well, mostly without a bit, without all of this.
Hey, Leah.
Oh, and like pictures from 10 years ago.
He's literally just got this bit.
Matt says, "Need to know." Imagine Matt without a beard; it just looked like a bowling ball.
It will look like he needs to eat more food.
He already does, doesn't he? He already does. Chaz says, if anybody goes to Phil's zoo, he has to sniff. You have to sniff Phil's beard. So Phil's beard is legendary now for smelling nice, and it's been legendary probably for over a year now, isn't it, Phil?
Easily, yeah. Absolutely easily. Yeah.
You got to pay.
Hey,
I wouldn't sniff Phil's beard. It's a bit inappropriate.
That is a good question. Mei Ling says, "I want to know what Phil does if something escapes during visiting hours. Local zoo to me had a spider escape once." So what's the protocol? Let's say it's middle of the summer. You've got the zoo is absolutely packed, and one of the main wolves somehow magically gets to be the wrong side of the fence.
So I believe they're on code blue, what we call code blue. So that's case, so basically we'd hear that, hopefully someone will radio that across. The keepers in charge of them would then relay what would need to be done in terms of, so whoever's nearest to like capture equipment would get capture equipment. We get, people just to get public away from the area and stuff. If need be, would be called the vet to get the vet out and stuff, because that would probably be a case of tranquilizing for that one and stuff. Have you got
all that on site? Have you got a tranquilizer gun on site?
Nope. You have to have very special licenses for tranquilizers because they're very, very dangerous and stuff, and you've got to be licensed to use them as well.
Hey, Carl.
So that so we've done like a main wolf. It's not deemed that a main wolf would do like life-threatening injuries. So we can tranquilize that to get that back, kind of thing. If it's something like a rabbit, you just go over and get it back in, kind of thing. It happens sometimes if people leave gates open because of a walk-through rabbit enclosure. If people have gates open to let a rabbit out and someone's noticed and stuff, it's a case of right, let's go and stuff. Something like if a tarantula was to get out unnoticed, it would just be a case of someone, if I was in there, radio me if I wasn't in the building, just to go back, sort of thing. And same with any, pretty much any invert or reptile. Already sort of dangerous reptiles are caimans. It'd be very difficult for them to ever get out. So, but you do what you can to obviously to prevent escapes. And so every day you're checking, fences and stuff, and making sure that trees haven't fallen down anywhere, especially after like heavy winds or anything like that. So it's all you mitigate things first, ideally. So you can't prevent 100%, but that's what we do.
That's a blooming good question, Raymond.
Oh, hey, Raymond.
He says, "Hi Phil, do you think Azar should have more EEPs for inverts, and if so, what species?" Oh, hi Callum.
That is a really good question, Raymond.
Hi Michael.
I think there's only, Raymond may know anyway, but I think there's only maybe like 6 EEPs for inverts, possibly. I want to say the problem is sometimes it's really difficult with some of the inverts. And so I think because you got Parchment Snails, that's like one of the main ones going. I don't know if they still are, but Posifera Metallica were an EEP at one point. They were a stud book. And stuff, but it was a difficult one because they ideally didn't want any from the hobby because they weren't classed as pure.
Yeah.
And stuff. I kind of want to know genetics as much as possible, which is difficult sometimes. Whereas Lord Howe Island Stick Insects are an EEP. Desert House Small Spiders are EEP. What ones are there? Trying to think. I think the Madeira snails have just become one or going to become one. So, I think the Barbados snails may be one, possibly Montserrat tarantula as well. So there's a few EBs. There's always call for more, but it's either really difficult to set them up, and there's because you got to manage it, and then sometimes it's managing one like in your own time. Sometimes there's up to be a coordinator, basically for the whole of Europe for a species. As I'm saying, basically, if you're the EP coordinator, you're deciding where things go and stuff, who breeds and this and the other. So there's just not a huge amount. Even with some of the really endangered inverts that we have in zoos. We've got things like Enid snails here, which are endangered, but they're not on a program. There's no EP. It's just a case of everyone just breeds them, kind of thing, and we've got them. And that's what ends up. What sometimes sort of happens when it comes to things like native ones. It's normally done through Natural England, so not necessarily an EEP, but it's a license through Natural England. For a license to work with like a native invert, so things like white claw crayfish, the pen raft spider that a lot of zoos worked with for a bit and stuff. Even like the our own species of ladybird spider, which we have. I think it was Dudley Zoo that worked a little bit with that.
Yeah, ours is literally on the brink, from what I remember.
Yeah, there's not a huge amount of them. And stuff, and only a few people are allowed to know where they are.
Yeah, because you can't take them from the wild either, can you, in this country?
No, I couldn't tell you where they are because I don't know. I know roughly, but I don't know exactly, and that's because I'm not allowed to, and that's fair enough.
Yeah, that can only be a good thing. And again, if we want to see them, we can go over to Dudley Zoo and have a look.
And so, they don't have any captivity, I don't think. They literally just work them out in the wild.
Oh, well, got ya.
So,
Greg said, Phil, can you clarify something for him? Is it true that the Desertas, is that? The country that owns the island, thank you, dude, they were taken from, won't now allow them to put any back?
What my understanding it's the person who's in charge of that program has been trying. It's all government red tape kind of thing, stuff that goes on. As unfortunately, I'm not part of that program. I don't work with them. As I would have liked to, but wasn't able to, unfortunately. We just don't have the right facilities here to work with the species. Because we had to keep them under strict quarantine circumstances. So when I looked into it, it was a case of having somewhere, ideally, a room or ideally a building that was separate to all other like tropical arachnids, with live food just in that building for the spiders. And you screen the live food regularly for any diseases and parasites and stuff to make sure that these spiders weren't going to get anything, because of the whole idea of we want these to go to the wild, so we want to keep them clean of anything. So, and that's probably it costs a lot of money to do an invert program. Sometimes we kind of think, it must be really cheap to do an invert program, but actually some places are spending 50, 100 grand for the invert program, and then they go, we'd rather spend that on tigers or whatever.
I was just about to say, if it was a cute monkey that looked absolutely beautiful with big eyes, or a tiger or something, it would get the funding. But as soon as you look and go, oh, it's an invert, it's small, it's got fangs, most people don't like them, the funding just goes, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, and you even get bad press for it as well, for working with inverts sometimes. With the favorite brass spider, Project Odyssey, they were, sending them back up to release them back into the wild. Native species, our largest spider, and they got really bad press for it. They're like, zoo releasing these horrible spiders into our country. They're going to take over. They're going to come in your house and eat your cat and all this and the other. And it's like, it's this big. It lives in the fence. It lives around puddles. And so it's got no interest in coming in your house. So, okay.
There's Tarantula Rookie pre-beard.
Oh, wow.
Matt was cute at one stage in his life. Now he just looks like an old serial killer. James says, what animal would you like to keep at the zoo that you don't have at the moment? Is that a case of do you want a list?
There's always a list. My ultimate, which is a bit of a pipe dream, it would probably never ever happen here, would be Komodo dragons. Just because there's just something about Komodo dragons.
What sound was this?
Sort of thing. Would be epic, but that's highly unlikely. I think. But in terms of other things, some of things are things like tansy beetles would be awesome.
Hey, Rosanna.
Because they're a native species that is found up in York and actually not too far away from us. And it's an endangered beetle. That we have. The problem is we don't know enough about them sort of down the road from us. There's only two populations of them. The ones up in York seem to be very different to the ones in Cambridgeshire. And there's only about 20 beetles in Cambridgeshire. There's just not enough to sort of to do with in terms of captive.
What's been the difference or the impact on your life since you started doing YouTube? Because I mean, a lot of us do care videos. If I personally worked at a zoo, I would feel that the colleagues watching type pressure.
Yeah,
I know. I mean, I obviously watch your channel because I love it to bits. So when you do like a snake video or something like that, the depth of the information that you've got, that has to be the pinnacle, doesn't it?
And so it's a case of I know that my videos going out. I mean, before I started YouTube, one of the things that gave me the push is that we were doing Facebook lives on the zoo's page, and I ended up doing a live on like tarantulas and other spiders, sort of thing, where I just rambled on for an hour live on Facebook. And I saw my zoo colleagues were, from around the country were watching, including the chair of the terrestrial invertebrate working group. So I was like, okay, this is basically the person is the chair of Inverts for the UK, essentially. And so she's watching. I was like, I need to really make sure that my information's on point when I'm talking this sort of thing. Because then it's like, oh, this person's watching.
Was it one of them? Was it a little moment?
A little bit. I know really well, but it's still like, oh no, they're watching, hang on, sort of thing. But yeah, me putting out videos, I know that, out of my contacts, that potentially the curator of reptiles at Chester Zoo could watch.
Wow.
Because he's on my friends list sort of thing, so he might be like, oh, what's Phil doing there? Sort of thing. That's why I'm like, I need to make sure that any information I put out, to my knowledge, is correct. So now, sometimes someone may message me and go, actually, Phil, that wasn't quite correct, sort of thing. That's now changed or whatever, and that's all part of it. Things change all the time.
That happens to all of us, Phil.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And it's the same in the zoo industry. Things change all the time, and stuff. That's why we have conferences and stuff.
Hi, Annabelle.
Hello.
Hey, Scott Rivers.
Hey,
Scott and Tim. We'll get round to the scorpion conversation in a little while, Phil. Because I think we're all busting to kind of find out what's going on from Tim's live and you hooking up with Tim. I think so. So basically, if you're not hooked up to Phil's channel, and make sure you do, because Phil's information has to be correct. there ain't no two ways about it. It has to be correct and it has to be absolutely on point. The rest of us are very, very lucky because we don't work at a zoo. I couldn't imagine the pressure of clicking upload on a video. Especially when it's looking at an animal that's in the actual zoo as well, Phil, because all the keepers, especially the keeper that's the head of that animal, must be like, oh, what's Phil doing today, But then I suppose with you having what the animals that you've got in your flat, which is an absolute huge array, your parents also do the same type of thing. And then you've also got the zoo. So the amount of animals that you're exposed to, the amount of species just must be like, nobody else, literally probably nobody else in the UK.
Hundreds. I mean, I've got probably I haven't counted for a while, but probably nearing 100 species just in my flat.
Yeah, I can see your screen anyway.
And how many different species has your parents got?
Probably nearly the same.
Are they more reptiles or?
Yes. Yeah, more reptiles. I've got some inverts. They no longer have birds. The last of the birds are now
You might be diligence in it. And then
it was me that got them into animals in the first place. It's all my fault that they've got the animals that they've got. Thing. But they became as obsessed as I am with it.
I take it your parents were working on Sunday.
My dad. Me and my dad on Sunday.
And what's the name of your stand at Seas?
Amazing Reptiles. And we're in the main hall, the Kent Suite, which is the big hall. It's called Hall 1, but it's like the third one you come to. That's the main one, and we're literally just inside the door. You'll go through the door, and you'll see our stand. We're our stand, then you go around the corner as well with a little bit. So our stand, around the corner, our stand, then Tony, where Venomous Visions, and opposite is Spider Shop. So you can't really miss us. If you see Spider Shop and Venomous Visions, you're near us.
The bonus with going to Phil's stand or ENL Binder Crafts and Spar Spiders is the majority of people that do YouTube that you want to go and say hello to that are in chat will be between one of those three. So, you know, you've got the added bonus of going and checking out some wicked stuff to buy, as well as obviously going up to Phil and getting a great big massive cuddle.
Yep, and a beard sniff.
Yeah, we're quite a lot.
Yeah, same spot as last year. We pretty much always have the same spot.
Oh, brilliant, Dr. Brilliant.
Nice to support the regular traders in the same spots.
Oh, Scott's outside vaping. Steve, don't say that. I like when I go outside to vape, I'm normally like just hid away in the corner somewhere going. How long have you been doing the shows for, Phil? With your parents?
Oh, since I was 7.
Have you ever gone to an invert show and not done the stand?
Not the invert shows, no. BTS, the first BTS I went to, didn't have a stand.
Have you got one there this year?
Oh yeah, we were there every year since. So the first BTS I went to was when I was at the school.
Oh wow!
so yeah, my first BTS would have been. Was I even driving then? I don't know if I was driving my first BTS. Okay.
Steve says, pester Scott outside when he's vaping, just follow the sign. If you pester me outside while I'm vaping, there is an unspoken rule that I get to keep your inverts that you've bought at the show. So that seems pretty fair, Steve. So, Steve, once you've done your bike purchasing, come see me while I'm having a vape so I can confiscate. Matt says, so did your parents learn from you, or was it the other way around? Was it a mutual educational process?
When we first got it, was a mutual education process, and nowadays I tend to teach them because I have the access to more up-to-date information and various studies done, and I see papers before they go out sometimes, and I think as I go to the conferences. So it's now the other way around, but we kind of learn at the same time because my first exotic animal, leopard gecko, was when I was 7. So, and obviously being 7 years old, you ain't gonna know how really to do it. So they're like, well, we need to learn how to do this. I think, as other than them, we just carried on from there. Then any new animal is always I would have to do the research for it and stuff, which is again is fair enough. As I'll do the research for it and be like, I want this now.
Rose Dan, I can't wait for the weekend. She's recently out of hospital, so going to start collecting again. Rose, come find us or come say hello. Come introduce yourselves. Bear in mind, Phil, and people don't exactly know what you guys look like. So remember to tell us who you are. Yeah, Vivian, do apologise. The comments can go pretty fast, so I do miss the odd one. Sorry for the repeat. Phil, have you ever kept a termite geckos?
I haven't, and I don't. I think you're the only person I know who has, Vivian, as well. So yeah, it's difficult. I mean, I can, if you want me to, I can have a look to see if I can find any kind of papers or anything that's at least kind of free access to, because sometimes papers are not open access.
Steve Spider says, I'm on a certain type of ban, which I can't say until after 9, if I buy any more scorpions. Steve, just buy yourself some scorpions and say, look, Scott and Phil did a giveaway at the show, and look what I come home with because I won. Job done.
But it cost me 90 quid to enter the giveaway.
It cost me 300 quid to enter the giveaway, yeah. Chris says, is BTS a show with stall and then not just lecture for sellers? That's what it comes across as reading on Facebook. The lectures are the day before. BTS itself is just a massive invert market.
The lectures are in March.
Are they in March this year?
They've been in March for a long time now. Yeah, they're in March in Bristol. Yeah, at a hotel. Well, believe it, Greg will know. But I'm pretty sure they're in March. The lectures. So then the BTS show is the big trade show.
Anyone know why Court Bark is so expensive? They have to ship it across to this country from another one, and with the price of fuel going up, it then reflects in the product.
More expensive, yep.
Yeah, Greg says lectures are in March. Completely separate event held at Bristol in a hotel over the weekend.
Every kind of conference is in March this year.
Hey, Invert Lord. James says I'm in Bristol. There's a Bristol show, James, as well. That'd be awesome. We'll just have a quick look at the comments. In a couple of minutes' time, we do swear there could possibly be adult conversation as well. So if you've got children watching, bear that in mind. Remove them away from listening to the stream or whatever. If you do so, it's your own fault with the ear swearing. Greg says he wants to go to the lectures, but the costs are sadly getting expensive. And they've got a guy there lecturing who actually works with David Attenborough this year.
Yeah, they have, yeah.
Invert Lord says Court Bark's pretty cheap if you buy it in bulk. He got 5 kilograms for £35. Hey, John.
Yeah, the more you buy in one go, the cheaper it is.
As like I suggested before, if a load of you get together in the same area and just order yourself like 30 kilogram between you, it's going to work out a lot cheaper than you going into a reptile shop and just buying one piece, a bigger collection. Could consider. Yeah, and if you're not hit that like button, please do so, because hitting that just lets us all know that we're doing the right things. If you like,
the shows you get a big bag of it for like a £5, don't you?
It's usually gone by the time I look. There's normally an empty box.
It goes
the shop.
I think every show somebody walks past me with a bag. I'm like, where'd you get that from? And they go, oh, over. Oh, there ain't no.
Yeah, literally. Even when you've gone in like to help somebody on a stand, it just disappears.
Yeah,
it does really quick. Like they could bring a whole van full of it, and it would still just disappear within half an hour.
Hi, Nessa. Chris says, so when is where is B-Tailor's seller event then?
That's in May.
The Warwick Arts
you know Matt's on it.
That's
we'll ask Matt to drop the dates and everything to all the shows, because I think he's got them written down somewhere, so we could just copy and paste.
Yeah, it's
hey, Chris.
Chris, I love you, bro.
And I hadn't even turned the microphone on when I was saying that, had I? I was like, he's literally just come in and said that and fucked off. Yeah, it is 9 o'clock. We do swear. It could be adult conversation, all the rest of it. What I would say to the girls that are going to see, Phil is single. He is very good looking. He is very beardy. So please go over, touch him up, give him a cuddle, and drop him your phone number. You might even get free access to the zoo. You never know, because he lives in it.
I'm living the research. Comes as
Phil.
part of the package.
Phil, how's it going?
Oh,
Both of his beards reportedly smell the same. Oh my god. Hey Chris. I can't even call Chris what we normally do because they'll ban me off YouTube.
True.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I think Chris is working Creatures from the North stand over on Sunday, this coming Sunday. So if you go to the show, go call him a dickhead. Say Scott says you're a dickhead. That'd be the best. But if you want a good discount from Creatures from the North, speak to Chris, Zoo on Wheels. He will get you a discount over at Creatures from the North. E&L Binding Crafts, I think, are right next to our favourite sellers, which is Spar Spiders. The weekend.
I think they were in front of them. So, like, there was still that one.
Chaz has been a channel member for 2 months and says Scott's a knobhead wanker and Scott's an anchor. Gotta love chat. Chaz is going on Wednesday as well.
Right,
On Sunday, sorry. He's live on Wednesday, earlier on in the evening. Yeah, 20% on top, says Chris. Oh, Trench-tastic enclosures. Hey, Steve. Steve, are you going on Sunday?
Yeah, I bet he will. He's only down the road from me.
I'm going to guess that he's going to go to the IHS Reptile Show as it's in Milton Keynes this year. And it makes sense.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Hi, Steve with the good hair. What you should say, Steve W, is hi, Steve with the hair. What are you thinking of getting from the shows, folks?
Yes.
A lot of hugs from like everybody that we've not seen for a good while. Are you going to anything particular, Phil? You're looking for, or just
potentially scorpions? from Tim. So those are scorpions. So it depends on how much of my own stock I sell a little bit, but they're on my radar.
Hi, Tara. Hello.
Do not give Tara any attention. That is the wife.
Give Tara all the attention.
Tara's the one that's going to reduce my finances for Sunday significantly. I'll have a figure in mind, and then it'll come to Sunday, it'll be halved. So Chris, Lewis, stop it.
Here you go.
Thank you very much.
Who made your wonderful tea?
Layla made my wonderful tea. Thank you very much, Layla.
You're very welcome.
Oh no, I'm very welcome.
Did you put salt in it?
Right now.
Yes, I did, and I put some vinegar in it too.
Now, can you get out? Can you get out of the room so I can start swearing again, please? And quartered, she says. Oh my god.
What was that? Tell the twat he has a wanker. Oh, he is a.
Phil, can you take some emerald green cockroaches for me? He needs a male, says Steve.
Yeah. Let me know, Steve. If you measure me, Steve, I'll make sure I put a few adult males. So I can put an adult male aside for you, but I should be all being well. I'll be taking some tubs and nymphs with me.
And James says, "What's the best way to heat desert scorpions?" Yeah, heat them out on the side on a stat, I'd say.
Yeah. They more sometimes even just high up in a warm room.
Oh shit! I've just muted Greg by accident. Greg, I do apologise. If I can, I don't think I can undo it now. Can somebody unmute Greg for me? I do apologise, Greg. It was an accident.
No, you can't. You can't.
Oh. Greg, you have to wait 5 minutes, Greg. I do apologise, mate. That weren't intentional. You can come back, call me a wanker, and you can call me a wanker on Sunday. No worries, Wolf.
And
when I get in the show Sunday and run into
nobody
tears.
else actually needs permission to do that. How about it?
Hey, Greg can call me what he wants. I love Greg. I can't believe I just muted him for 300 seconds. Sorry, dude. Phil, what's been your favourite animal to work with over the years?
Ooh, well, quite a number. So, I mean, yeah, the current ones are certainly having like Rosie and Turco and the Rhino Iguana, but like I've done a little bit here and there with the tigers, so that's obviously something you don't get to do every day. Done a little bit with the main wolves. So, and then even like getting to do stuff with the capybaras. I do that most days with the capybara experiences. When I worked with the red pandas, that was absolutely awesome because that was an animal I never even thought about working with. And then got the opportunity for a bit until I sort of became a head of section and made my own section up. So they were really cool to work with at the time because, again, it's not really something you tend to work with every single day unless you're a red panda keeper. I think so. Sometimes, yeah, some of the animals that there was no way I'd be able to work with, without working at a place like this.
Let me just give Jackie a massive shout out. She's been a channel member for 9 months, and she says I should deserve a medal 9 bloody months. She should actually. She's a moderator, and she's bloody awesome moderator as well. Thank you, Jackie. Greg run his feet over on Sunday for that.
Yep.
I was just moving my phone, right, because you get the comments come through quicker on your phone than what they do on StreamYard. And I just clicked it, and then I looked, I was like, oh no, now what do I do? Tyra's been a channel member for 19 months. Woohoo, she says. Yeah, it's pretty good when the wife's a channel member. I have 30 strong communal of adult scorpion, says Dr. Doolittle.
Nice.
Jackie says, no problem, Scott, you ginger git. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Tara's better than Scott.
So Matt asked a question about
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree to that.
The tigers going over their pond to take a dump in the water. That pretty much comes naturally to them to hide their smell up.
I was going to ask you that, actually, because with us lot keeping the spiders, every time you go to the water dish, they filled it up with mud. What do the animals at the zoo do with their water dishes, their ponds that they swim in?
Sometimes the same stuff. Sometimes, or
have you had to get in waist deep and remove like dollops of poo and?
I haven't, but the tiger keepers do.
In the middle of the winter as well, literally.
So they put on waders to go wading into the pond with big tiger floaters going on and stuff. To clean it out because the pond is their toilet and stuff. And that's something that they do naturally. They do it in the wild. They'd rather take a dump in water because it's in the wild it's going to wash it away, but also it's going to hide their scent from prey. So in the wild, deer and stuff ain't going to know they're there. I still would in captivity. Capybaras poo in their water. Armadillos sometimes will bury their water bowl. sort of thing, and you're like, oh, well, where's your water bottle gone? Sort of thing, and then buried it. So you get very very similar things with all animals. Sometimes put food in it, all sorts of stuff in it.
She bloody is, Nessa. Nessa Jackie is a fucking fantastic moderator. I'm glad, Nessa, that you can comment tonight. I'm glad you worked it out. Pretty chuffed. Jackson's just dropped Phil's channel down into the comments. So there's 57 of you watching. If you've not subscribed to Phil, please make sure you do so. We all love the man to bits. As soon as you get to know Phil personally, the love for his channel and himself just go through the roof. He is literally one of the most kind-hearted men you'll ever meet at the shows. That's for sure. Literally has not got a bad word to say about almost everyone. But no, literally, he's just a genuinely kind-hearted soul. Hey, Tom.
You owe Greg a mystery box.
What? Sorry.
Greg says, "Well, you owe him a mystery box."
Oh, mate. Oh, Greg, I am so sorry, dude. I'll come and give you a big hug on Sunday. When I did it, my heart dropped. I was like, "Oh no, he's going to think that I think he's something or other or something, or I don't know." You worry, don't you?
I think you look like a wanker.
Hey, Dave.
Oh,
Hey,
Dave.
Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Dave is, as you know, like he's an ex-zookeeper. I think it'd be interesting to get you guys both on at the same time and have a look at the differences between.
Well, something that actually, next time I see David, discuss with David about perhaps whether like coming on mine for us to have a chat about zookeeping through the generations kind of thing. And how,
that would be pretty cool to see where it was when
he was zookeeping versus what it's like with me zookeeping and stuff and the differences.
Hi, Aaron. Hey, Susan. Anyone want to come clip my dog? She's a monster, constantly trying to bite me.
I don't think Chris is in chat. He jumped in and then jumped off.
Trying to blag some free feeders off Chris. Mate, when Chris starts selling dubias, I'm going to blast whatever link he's got on the channels and stuff like that. He's got a lot. I think he needs a lot more. But Chris is on Wheels on Instagram as well. You can see exactly how many roaches he has actually got, dubia-wise.
Got a lot. A lot.
That would be cool, says Dave. That would be one hell of a live, to be honest.
Yeah, because obviously practices have changed and stuff over the years and stuff. I mean, I'm good friends. I believe it's Dave's old boss that I'm good friends with. I think Dave said and stuff. Mr. Rob Hutton.
This tea's actually nice. I didn't even ask Layla to make it. She just come in and made it. And it's actually quite decent for a change. You ask her to make a tea and it just tastes like the canal. Jackie says, Greg, I thought you wanted some feeders off him too. So, Phil, what else do you do apart from the YouTube and the zoo? You get asked to go certain places as well and do other stuff.
Yeah, so literally, yesterday went out and done some consultancy work at another collection that reached out to me to come and sort of advise them on their reptiles and stuff because they've been sort of basically set up by someone who then just upped and left, and basically they didn't. They're like, we don't know reptiles, we know other things, kind of thing, and we need
you
help.
say that so casually, yet for us, like it's like a massive thing.
So, went over to see because they reached out to to my place, to go, see whether I'd be up for, giving my advice on what to do. Which I spent most of the day yesterday there. So, going through their animals, looking at their diet sheets and stuff, advising them what to feed, what not to feed and stuff, even like how often to feed. And some of it a lot of it was set up in what was sort of the traditional way of setting up a reptile with that is nowadays sort of 10 years out of date kind of thing. So just advising on even light placement and stuff for species and so we got to hold a few birds of prey from
No
it as
worries.
well. What they mainly do is mainly birds of prey. So they got to hold a peregrine falcon or a Morduck owl and a Chilean blue eagle or something. So yeah, that was all like after them. Also had lunch. They also
Hey, Alice.
sort of gave me lunch as well, which was nice. But yeah, got a peregrine.
Oh, let me get you on. Oh, beautiful.
So, and then most probably like this one.
Oh, she's a beauty.
Oh,
Did you see the peregrine as well, Lewis? Just
no, I was sorting the cat out.
yeah, Lewis is into his predatory birds.
Awesome.
And
I love watching them take up pigeons midair. It's funny.
And then a little Morduck eel or whatever owl.
Oh my word! And that's a private collection.
No. They're not private. They're open to the public. They're bars and members. So they're not that far away from me, and only around the corner from Steve W. So popped round his afterwards as well.
Come on.
What do you know when you get asked to do a consultancy like that, and you go and you say you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to make these changes? How do you feel when you go back and those changes have been put into place?
Well, this is literally the first time. So I'm hoping they'll call me back sort of late, perhaps later, and I can go over and hopefully see that they've made the changes that I recommended and stuff. So which would be nice. If they don't, it won't be nice. It'll be like, oh, you didn't really listen. But hopefully, I mean, the keepers there were very much up for all the changes. So there's just a case of obviously it costs money to do changes. So part of it was like, right, okay, you need to spend more money on these things, but you can actually save money on these areas. So rather than buying these expensive branded reptile substrates, go and get some topsoil from the garden centre.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
I remember falling for the same thing when I first started. Oh, you need this specialist spider substrate. Here's a small bag for $5. It's like you go down the reptile shop and go down the garden centre and buy like 10 kilograms for that price.
Yeah, it's exactly that. And it's simple things,
Cool.
But they don't necessarily,
Cool.
because they didn't know, they weren't aware that you could just do that. They were just buying it all straight from a reptile wholesaler. And I was all like, you snag the moss, get it from your garden centre. It's like half the price of reptile branded one. It's exactly the same product. Sort of thing,
Oh.
So if you go and do drainage, go down your garden centre and get your expanded clay balls and stuff. The same with your substrate divider. Go down the garden centre and get your weed matting.
Rose Donna, where's the best place to get information on cane toads my local pet shop had one dumped on me and then given it to me because they don't have any frogs or toads. Ellie?
Cane toad.
Um,
Well, Leah's got one at the moment, hasn't she?
yeah.
Don't lick it.
So it's
Yeah, don't pick it.
Ellie, you still got yours?
No.
Do want one though.
Yeah, we do want one.
You've had one in the past though, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm under
Is it-
strict instructions. If we get one, I'm not allowed to lick it.
Oh, nice, Dave. Yeah, I've never actually.
I remember getting one and kind of going, Ellie, what advice have you got for Rose Donna on keeping the cane toads?
Feed it lots of bugs. Keep it warm. And I'm dying.
She's playing Pokemon.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I get mine 8 inches of substrate because they can burrow down.
And they get big.
They do get big. Yeah, keep live food in there constantly. Water dish wants to be deep enough so your frog cane toad can actually go in and submerge completely. In fact, when the cane toads submerge completely, they've just got their little eyes sticking out the top of the water. It's pretty hilarious. Phil, have you got anything to expand on?
pretty much that. I mean, we had cane toads here many years ago when I was like a volunteer here, and yeah, pretty much that. Yeah, substrate that they can bury into. So yeah, nice deep water bowl. Feed them insects. I tend to avoid frozen forward rodents if I can help it with a lot of them because a bit too high in fat often.
Al Dark, or as I know her, Alice in Spiderland, says, my friend Chinese water dragon keeps laying eggs. She's never been paired or anything. Could the eggs be viable, as Google says that they can reproduce without mating?
I'm not aware of water dragons being pathogenic, so I would say they're not. They may Google maybe say they reproduce in terms of that they lay eggs without mating, but be non-fertile ones. I would have thought. I'm not aware of Chinese. Let me have a look. I'm not aware of Chinese water dragons or any water dragon being pathogenic.
That's free lunch, isn't it? Chinese water dragon eggs. Get some toast.
There is a communal centipede, but again, it's done with your own risk. But generally, centipedes aren't communal because they will munch each other off. Phil's just checking the online zoo community.
No, literally, I've just pulled up a paper that is on pathogenesis in Asian water dragons.
Again, Phil's got access to information online that we just don't have.
This comes straight from the Smithsonian. Basically, a female water dragon that was kept for years alone, laid eggs, and they examining the eggs as part of a study. They found that one of them was fertile.
Wonder if it was a male.
Yeah, there is potentially, bodies of documented cases of pathogens in other species of squamate. Smithsonian's National Zoo's Asian water dragons hatchlings is the first known case of pathogenesis in this species. So they are actually pathogenic. I didn't know that. There you go. So I've learned something.
So one of those eggs could actually be.
There's potential there then.
That is amazing.
I found out at Smithsonian that they've bred him pathogenically.
So manoeuvring on a little bit. Last week we obviously had Tim Baxter on with the Scorpions. I let him know that yourself is exceptionally up there when it comes to Scorpion knowledge. Literally the same level as Tim. And Scott Rivers, who's either in chat or was in chat. How's that link up for the Scorpion Collective going?
Yeah, it's good. So which I haven't been able to been hugely active as of yet in the chat with the guys, but basically, there's 4 of us now. I know, obviously, I haven't met George yet, but obviously, yeah, the whole idea is to chat scorpions and hopefully try and ID various scorpions, get certain ones breeding, hopefully. Which would be cool, obviously. There's some species that we can't really ID through photos. So I don't know if you could, but I had a Steve Trim of Venom Tech on my live, and he was saying about with some of the scorpions that the reason that they have a taxonomist employed is because you've got to count the anal arches of some of them. You have to find out which is which.
Things like Sumatra could be a described species. It's just that whoever imports them just goes, "Oh, yeah, we are not a taxonomist. We can't do this. It's from Sumatra, so that's what it is."
Yeah, and often, you often when you see some of these lists, it's so vague sometimes on some of the lists when the importers import in, where it might just say X many black scorpions. Well, that's any scorpion that's black. It's
Tarantula Hala, hey dude. A bit of a shame there's not nearly as much scorpion stuff on YouTube as for tarantulas. I've done a bit. Steve, Phil's done quite a lot more. There is bits and bobs out there, but I would say for a channel that you want to see Scorps on would be Phil's or my own. More Phil's.
I've got a few of my scorpions on there. I did do one video of all my scorpions, all my species anyway.
I think the bonus with Phil is as well. He's very much like me. If there's a viral video that's going to get him loads of views, or if there's a video he really wants to do, such as scorpions, he will do the one that he really wants to do, such as scorpions.
I don't.
So
if you've got anything like that.
If you've got other inverts apart from just spiders, the channels like Phil's channel, is probably one of the ones that you definitely want to be hooking up to. Dave has got his own table over at Taunton. I did promise him I'd mention it.
He's going to need like 50 pairs of hands.
He's going to need cow prod.
It's going to be a busy table, that one. It's
will.
a very busy table.
Super.
Probably going to be a queue to get to it.
Yeah, that's true, Matt. But that's DWA Scorpions, and licenses haven't been shown, so we can't promote it too much. Oh, Greg says you might be waiting a while, but he's going to be returning to do stuff. That'll be another guy that's got quite a few scorpions as well.
Yeah, probably a new scorpion game.
He's got a load of non-WA stuff. Oh, wicked.
I'll help Dave if he adopts me as his nephew.
You both do look a bit similar. You could actually be like brothers, twins. I'm hoping it. Dave, you're not gonna have a chance to go and get your normal coffee like you normally do.
No,
you're not gonna get that 5 minutes, please, dude. Literally, you're going to be grabbing one of us, like going, "Oh, can you go get me a coffee, please? I can't move away from this table." Dave's going to have to sell tickets to allow access to Oh my god!
So that's it. And then it'll be like you can only have one spider each. One spider each. Needs to be enough to go around to everyone.
He'd still fill the car up on the way home if that was the case. He has paired up a lot, so imagine the amount of different species of slings he'd be taking. Dave, you've still got Balfouri Communals being sold from you at the moment. Somebody was asking me, so I just told him to message you. I hope so. Yeah, so at Taunton, if you go to Dave's chat, Dave's table, when you buy something, ask him if he can autograph it and if he can get a picture of you with your spider with Dave. I'm sure he'll do that.
Just keep calm and love your customers.
You can't love your customers. You watch me, mate. Coffee comes first. Dave, if I'm walking past you at Taunton and just shout me, I'll kindly go and grab you one, dude. Remember, Dave, be calm, be gentle, love your customers. Cracking. That is cracking.
Yeah, I'll have my own table at Taunton as well.
Diane, I'm going to be in so much trouble. How many pickups Annabelle been given? Thanks, Scott. Yeah, he's got wicked. He's got loads of both slings available. Awesome. I'll let him know.
Yeah,
probably
really,
make you one.
if Dave needs a hand on his table, I don't mind helping out.
Lewis, it's not a hand. It'll be a hand.
I'll do both. Got two hands.
Rose Donna says, "Sweet, I'll buy some off you if I can."
The top prize at C's on Sunday is a communal of 10 Balfouri and full setup.
Awesome.
That you can technically win for £1.
Oh yeah.
I was going through Instagram looking, just generally looking, and this guy's got some communal Balfouris, and the next person had like 5 Terrigan Wessel, 5 Metallica, 5 Regalis, 5 Formosa. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, wow, you don't keep the pokies communal, but yeah. The bonus then is while everybody's buzzing around Dave's table, TAS and Spar Spiders, that gives all the other tables a chance for me to go around and get all the bargains. I'm happy with that. You've got your own table at Taunton as well, Phil.
Yep.
Oh, what's going to be on that, Sunshine?
So probably emerald cockroaches, most definitely. Headlight, 2 species of headlight roach, potentially banana roaches. Potentially some isopods like panda kings and stuff potentially. So stick insects, still got stick insects going. Maybe Cuban snails, which are different species of snail that you don't see all that often. There's also a few little things. Maybe some handmade, some terrariums and stuff. So like things like this.
That looks like it's just come straight from Serpa Design.
So I've been doing that sort of the past few months, trying my hand at mini terrariums. There's also a few of those.
I know you got the schools out yesterday, but that does scream Balfouri communal.
Oh, this thing.
Yep.
Eventually, it's going to go to a tank at some point when I get a big enough tank, and literally, it's got its own water bottle on top.
Yeah.
Just a holder from the range.
Yeah, just build some branches like going like up to roughly about where the eyes are, and just sort of bring them down, so then they'll web up the whole all the way around that.
Again, if there's any single ladies in chat, Phil's single. If you're going to C's, he doesn't charge girls anything for giving him a quick fondle, so please do so.
If you buy some cockroaches off me.
Unless you buy some expensive cockroaches. Is your camera free moving, Phil? Can we have a wander around Phil's collection, or is it? But if it's stuck on your PC, don't worry.
It's a tap, but you can. Some of the lights have gone off. Let me see if I can put some lights on in a moment. But it's a bit of a mess up here, as is probably everyone's place, really. Everybody
that keeps inverts has got a mess. I think, well, 90% of us.
Exactly, but
I've literally got substrate all over the place at the moment, and Lewis would go fucking mental if he sees it.
So
you got wires behind you?
No, there's a few down here, but they're going in the bin tomorrow. I've actually decided that the wires that have been in there for 3 years, I'm not going to use, so they're going to go in the bin. Leah says, "Stop pimping out Terry's boyfriend." Dr. Doolittle says, Dave says, oh, I nearly choked then. I haven't watched Serpa Design for ages. Why not? Serpa's fucking amazing.
Serpa is really good. I do like Serpa.
And hey there. What's going to... Oh, you've got something in there already.
Yeah, there's a mantis in there.
Wow. Now, that says something about you, Phil. The amount of room that mantis has got is incredible.
So, and then, but I mean,
I can't.
really, it's a tank of plants with, just about 6 something in it. So it's mainly really just a tank of plants, really.
Shall we wind Phil up and tell him it's bioactive?
Ain't at all. There's no spring tails or ice pods or anything like that in it.
I think we said it 8. Well, God, probably over about a year ago now. Phil, there's not really any bioactives out there. No live planted.
It's not hugely. No, it's something that I kind of adopted from. Move out the way. I don't want to crush your legs. From John Courtney Smith over at Arcadia. A little bit. Listen to some of his stuff. They said, unless you got really, really huge enclosures, I like the size of rooms. Like,
Who's that big round red sticker there to the left, Phil?
Yeah,
Oh,
some wankers.
That's awesome.
Some absolute
Wankers,
wanker.
inverts, mate.
So,
Matt says lovely bioactive.
so various things on that racking.
I'd put that snake in a Viv.
It likes to be free ranging. So
Is this your front room, Phil?
Down there, large live planted with nothing in it. Yeah, it's just a tank of plants.
Just getting it ready.
Yeah, and I'd like to leave. That's been I planted that a few months ago. I'll probably put something in there maybe when it reaches about 6 months or so. Then I'll start putting, and it's only going to be maybe millipedes and stuff.
Oh, Tokay gecko look lovely in there.
No reptiles up here at all.
Yeah, it's
Then got things all along there.
Leah has been a channel member for 10 months and says, yo, everyone, I love you, but I'm going to bug you forever. Wow, Phil.
And then there's what's up over there?
I don't know why, but I just didn't expect Phil to have that many.
Oh, I did. Honestly, I did.
That's what I mean. I don't know why in my head. I just sort of thought because he's got them all down in the zoo, he wouldn't necessarily have that many. I see, Phil. I see something on your wall.
You do. You see those things on my wall? Those paintings.
There's a red panda.
I doubt very much that Phil's collection stopped there as well.
There's stuff in my bedroom as well. So like the Taylor Swift scorpions in my bedroom. We've got dragon millipedes in there, various beetles, leaf insects in my bedroom.
Proper Aladdin's cave, says Dave. Yeah.
And stuff. If I can fit it in, I fit it in somewhere. Kind of thing.
Pretty much.
I've got stuff. Got stuff.
That is the reality. The reality is, if you're going to go for a big collection like a few of us do, the room that you've got them in, you're gonna have shit all over the place. It's pretty much as simple as that, isn't it? You might not see it when we do videos on camera, but we've all got stuff stacked fucking everywhere.
Yeah, there's always various enclosures that you're doing up or whatever.
Yeah. There is a legend that Tarantula Rookie has got a Phil shrine behind the back of his camera.
That's it.
That's not a legend. That's fact.
I think it's fact. Susan says, "Awesome room, incredible inverts and other animals."
Yeah, Susan.
I think Susan, you're going to Seas, aren't you?
She is, yeah.
Yeah, there's stuff in his bedroom, says Leah. She's seen it. Bill.
There's stuff in my bedroom.
Bill.
And even occasionally, there's even a nice big spider on my bed.
Have you had Leah and Terry in your bedroom?
Yeah.
No.
Just Terry.
She's just in food. Steve's been up here.
Oh, what, in your bedroom?
No, but I went in. He took me into his bedroom yesterday.
Oh, that's why you've been smiling today.
So, and then like
Alex
just for
needs a room
context,
just for
obviously
substrate.
you can't see nothing now, but out this window, straight across there is Ringtail Lemur Island. So I look out. I sit here, eat my breakfast, watching ringtail lemurs.
Awesome.
You're so lucky.
And just over there is the tigers.
Alice, I've got a 10-kilogram bag of substrate in my car because I can't fit it in here. Oh, Scott, I'm picking Susan up as well. Oh, awesome. I want to see a Scott versus Phil boxing match. It wouldn't happen, mate, because I would never ever punch Phil.
Who said that?
Not even joking.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
And I'm certainly no boxer either.
I can do stuff. I certainly wouldn't. No way.
But there's a whole kind of mix of various inverts up here. Yeah, various tarantulas. Got a tree spider, the fasciatus.
Ooh.
It's an absolutely stunning spider.
We do need to get some more true spiders into your collection. Which brings me around again to channel membership. Phil has got channel membership. Go and hook him up with a sub and hit that little join button.
Then got leaf insects, got substick insects, got a couple of species of snail, but not giant African land snails. I've got other species, various beetles, including very large larvae and stuff. Centipedes. The isopods.
More like a beard whipping contest, but Scott would lose because his fake beard. My God.
That's right, Jackie.
My God. Jeremy, did I hear true spiders? You did. Phil needs some, Jeremy. That sounds like a collab. Don't forget, you're all protecting me from the stalker, says Susan. Yeah, there is another stalker, Susan, but that's another story.
There you go. There it is.
Steve, right, I will suggest when you get Scott in the car, put oven mitts on him, right, duct tape his hands together and sit him in the back seat.
Lewis, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna miss you and Chris like crazy on the way there and back. Oh. When me and Chris go up to Taunton as well, we're gonna miss you like fucking mad.
Yeah. Things change, unfortunately. I do like the drives that we have there.
I know, mate, but we love the fact that you're happy in Wales. Christopher says, this is an interesting one, Phil. Says, too old and busy and fucked to go to university and do biology or anything. But is there any, he's seen some entomological courses online. Are any of those any good? Or they're just a waste of money?
A lot of them that you tend to see are probably a waste of money, especially if they're cheap. If they seem cheap, chances are they're not really worth what you pay for a lot of them, really. Especially like entomology, a lot of that is very much studying dead insects in the lab. So I'm not an entomologist. So I like entomology, but I'm not an entomologist. And stuff. You might become an entoculturist, maybe, because I culture insects. So, but I know people that have studied like entomology, and it takes them years and years and years and years doing it. But you can search for third online courses and stuff. But yeah, it's hard to. You want to get one that's definitely with a well-known establishment, if you can. And so, if it's do a lot of due diligence of looking up reviews and stuff and making sure that there's independent things. enough about it, and yeah, if it looks too good to be true, chances are it is. Like you get ones advertised for zookeeper courses. They're like, you can become a zookeeper for 30 quid. You're like, no, you can't. That's
just remember, I actually became an ordained priest online in the matter of about 15 seconds. So that shows you how good some of the courses online can be. Lewis, is Spider-Man going to Taunton or Bristol?
I don't know yet. It depends if you can fix the suit.
Well, you broke it.
I broke the zip on the mask, and I got proper claustrophobic on the last show, and I literally had to rip it off my head.
Oh.
Yeah, Ellie made him wear it in the bedroom, and she ripped it.
She don't like Spider-Man. Like, even if I put it on for a joke, she really don't like it. And I mean the mask, not the whole suit. And to be honest, I don't think.
Oh God, Steve!
Steve
says you must put the leggings on the text swing.
Yeah, ripped hole in.
You've got to use the rounded-headed bolts, not the square ones, because they will catch.
Yeah, man. There's been a course recently that a few zoos seem to be pushing, and it seems to be a bit of a weird course. I mean, because it's very cheap. That's all. Like, a lot of places wouldn't necessarily recognise that, but I think it's more a case of perhaps the people doing the course paying various zoos to promote it.
Got ya.
Yeah, it's all a bit. Some of them are a little bit odd.
Yeah.
Do any of the universities do like a year course from home or anything like that you know of?
Most of them it's like 3-year courses. Most of them 2 to 3 year courses.
I think the thoughts are then, Chris, if you're going to do it, do one of the university courses from home. You're not getting any younger, so even if you get it done in the next 6 years, you've got it, haven't you? You don't have to. You can just do it as a hobby. Steve C's has got their own Spider-Man going, but I don't think he can do backflips. There's only one Spider-Man for all us lot, and he's sitting just down there. And I'm sure if our Spider-Man Lewis was put up against C's Spider-Man on parkour, Lewis would win.
I'll backflip him in the head.
Literally. No, James. Jackie has put my little buy me a coffee link. I'm doing that basically because people on Apple can't be channel members, so you can click that and do something there instead. Dr. Doolittle says, send our love to camera lady Dave. She deserves a mention. If you guys have got any more comments for Phil, drop them down into the comments, especially more about his zookeeping. Do you have to pay anything? Do you have to pay rent on the flat, Phil?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And that's the case with basically, especially if they have on-site accommodation, you still pay rent, but it's cheap rent.
If something was to happen right now, they could phone you and say, "You're on site. Can you go to this?" Off you go.
Yeah.
It's their advantage to have you in that flat.
Oh yeah, it completely is, and with
nice one, Leah.
Security and stuff. But as part of that, you get it's subsidised rent. I couldn't afford to to live here, to live in the village or live nearby here because rent around here is astronomical, whereas this is affordable. I think because of just where the zoo's based is in that catchment area of South Cambridgeshire / North Hertfordshire, right on the commuter line to London and stuff. So going to Cambridge,
Go after area.
a bedroom in someone's house is like £1,000 a month.
Can you get Just Eat to the flat?
Sometimes.
That's
Some
a bonus.
places. Well, they get confused. They get very, very confused. You get very confused phone calls and be like, where are you?
Are you like the actual flu or?
Are you at the zoo gates? It's like,
Post
yeah,
it.
right away.
I'm just past the tigers.
I've just got to the gorilla enclosure. One of my friends says he's been to the zoo, and that's what you look like. Does the zoo have any research or other links with the Cambridge University? Says Mark.
Yeah, not just Cambridge universities. Well, we have close connections with those, but we have people come from up and down the country from universities to do research projects. As well, so we've had people come from Edinburgh University, as well, come down to us for stuff. Some of our long-term placement volunteers, they come from all over the country. From various universities as well. So we get a lot from Nottingham Trent University. We get Cambridge University, Anglia Ruskin, which are both in Cambridge. We also get like Liverpool John Moores, and stuff that come to us as well. So yeah, absolutely all over. Will come to us to either do a placement or to do some research.
Harry says animal courses direct.
They're one I would be wary of. They always seem to be very, very cheap. It's all like, if it's cheap, it's probably not worth it. Yeah, at the same time, you don't want to risk spending thousands and it not be worth it either.
Yeah, and congratulations to Leah. She's doing sets of 10 lengths at a time with the spinning.
Well done, Leah.
So, we've had people come from Cape Manor to us as well.
I'll highlight that one.
So,
and Rose Connor also said earlier on in the chat that she's actually 6 months free, cancer free now.
That's awesome.
Which is an awesome achievement. Awesome. Cable man to do some good animal care courses. Got level 1 and 2 at Capel Manor. Fell ill in my second year of training to be a reptile vet. Are you going to go back and carry that on, or?
Hopefully, you can get back to that because that'd be awesome. We need more reptile vets. They can even, if someone that interested you, you could carry that on to even look at invert veterinary as well. We do need more invertebrate vets out there.
This class review needs to help me with them. I don't know when the clashes with my next module.
Yeah, like Dave says, that's probably why they're not really recognised too much because many of the online courses are not monitored very well, and you can compete on them.
Yeah, the main course recognised in zoos nowadays, they changed it a little bit because they had a bit of monopoly on it, which wasn't really fair. But the main one is what we call DIMSA.
Because sometimes not everybody
it's never free diploma. You have to be in a zoo to do it.
Like loads of time in
advance. One that's all done around actual zookeeping and stuff. It's basically the diploma in zoo animal management, or the management of zoo animals or whatever. As I've run by Sparsholt. And for many years, any kind of zoo job advert would always be like DIMSA required, and then until we kind of went, well, that's not really fair on the people that don't have DIMSA because you can only get that if you're in the zoo already. Kind of thing. So then now they say, DIMSA or equivalent sort of thing. So like a level 3 animal management diploma is equivalent sort of thing.
Krista said probably learn more from you lot anyway. Just keep watching.
The Open University is no joke and is difficult than any other universities. So think about it before joining.
Less support, more work.
Have you finished now, Ellie?
No.
Oh, how much longer have you got?
I finished my design side of the degree. I got to finish my environmental side of the degree. But the classes was all full, so my class doesn't open until October, so I have to wait to start the last class in October.
Oh God, I can't remember, Steve. I can't remember who PJ gave it to.
I'm off, guys. I'm leaving you with Lewis.
PJ asked to give it to Portsmouth Tarantulas, and Scott from Portsmouth Tarantulas give it to PJ.
Nice one. Nice one.
However, I have a little bit of advice for anybody who does want to use the Open University. There is Open Learn from the Open University, which employers do recognise. And if you do want to do a degree, you can try that first and then decide what you want to do.
That sounds good. Good option.
Yeah, Dave's just really big on there. The big problem with online education is no practical side, and in the environment you need both, which you absolutely do.
I'm doing a degree in biology with the Open University right now. Halfway through the first year, the workload is intense.
I think with online courses, if you're looking to go into working with live animals, say in a zoo setting, it's all well and good having that, knowledge on, their natural history or whatever. But if you're no good with a muck bucket and shovels, sort of thing, on a broom, sometimes they're the skills that you need just as much.
Okay.
See you later, Ellie. She can still hear.
She's going to jump in the shower. She's got to go wash her hair.
Going back to what Chaz said earlier. Chaz says, "Do I need a bodyguard?" The joke is, Chaz is a big guy. He's tall and he's like this. So we were saying he's the bodyguard at seas.
He's got baby face.
And a baby face, yeah, bless him. I think he's only 17, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like enough, they haven't, Philip. They haven't tried to jump in the tiger enclosure.
Night, Carl.
No, really.
Yeah, Tom carries on and says, Matt, there are people on my course who work full time. I have no idea how they get any work done. You never know how you're going to react until it's in front of you in the zoo. That's right, Dave. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've got an opportunity and I put it off last year because it's just fear of this certain animal. Do you have any, Darren? Yes, Darren. I use an oil filled radiator, and it keeps this room at 26, 28 when you get right at the top. But it's pretty brilliant.
Nothing wrong with an oil filled.
I think at the moment, running costs, you're just going to have to swallow it. Electricity's gone up, and that's pretty much how it is.
Yeah, you're in the kitchen as well, so it's always warm in the kitchen as well.
This kitchen does stay warm. Pretty lucky. I did see a post on Facebook about somebody saying electric blanket at the back of your racking. For fuck's sake, don't do that. They're not designed to be on for 24 hours a day, 7 days of the week. They're not designed to be on for fucking 8 hours. That is one of the most ridiculously dangerous things I've ever seen anybody mention about heating. Like I said, I did see it on Facebook, and they said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to put an electric blanket at the back of my racking." For fuck's sake, don't do that.
I hope it was a joke.
You don't say.
You never know with Facebook, do you? People do put stuff up on just for the reactions, but I was like, "Yeah, fucking idiot." Yeah. And like he was defending himself as well in the comments. I think the person's still gone ahead and done it. I was like, "No, please tell me you haven't."
I imagine said it wasn't.
Uses oil field radiator. Yeah, Matt said it wasn't a joke. There's a thread about it.
That's it. Yeah, Allfield Radio, they're absolutely fantastic. You know,
No, Aaron.
when well, as I'm person, well, you got the shed there, which is a portable Allfield radiator to heat that up. Does a lovely job.
There's so much crazy shit in this hub. Oh, mate, I've seen channels just literally buy a ton of a certain species, and then suddenly they're the expert on it. And you got people like Dave, people like Phil that have been keeping these reptiles for absolute years. They're the guys that you need to go to for the information, especially on things like snakes.
I did just think, though, what if, right, and this is stupid, but it would probably work. If you ran copper piping around the back of your racking, yeah, like that,
Yeah,
and put that up to a hot water source.
I'm keeping a little area. We'll do some of that here at the park for some things have hot water pipes behind them.
See, I'm not just a pretty face.
that does happen at places, but
you're a baby face with a tiny beard. And the chat will agree. You need to grow it. Does Lewis need a proper beard like myself and Phil?
I've got pictures of me when I was in Oxford at Linear, when I've got a big, massive beard and I've got big, massive fish in my hand. I've shown it to Ellie and she went, "Don't grow your beard like that."
Linear is one of the dream places carp people go fishing. If you've never heard of it, Linear Lakes. It's been legend since I was tiny, so 30 years plus.
It's my favourite place ever to go. I hadn't had a £30 carp and I caught 4 on the bounce, one after the other.
Nice.
And literally, I was just breaking my record.
I used to use the heat cable, Steve. Now I've moved over to the oil field. The reason for that is if you have a move around at all, then that cable's got to move as well. Or if you add additional racking, that cable's actually got to move. And I don't think the cables provide enough atmospheric temperature heat change as much as what a radiator does. Oh, yeah.
You see what Matt said?
Like Dave says, get the heat cables from the garden centre. Normally, they're sold as like heating cables for your roof to keep the snow off your roofs. A lot cheaper. I'd grow one, Lewis. More satisfying than a quick buy now on Amazon. Fucking dickhead. Matt's only jealous because I've just got like these 2 bits of grey hair, and he's got like a full beard of the stuff.
You've got 2 boys growing up that won't stay ginger for long.
I got married, Lewis. That's where this grey come from. I swear down. I swear. Before I got married, you can even go back. Got married last August, right? Check the videos before then and check them now.
Mate, when you said I do, I watched it literally go.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm a bit different to normal guys. Most men like shit themselves about going grey and all the rest of it. I don't actually mind. If I had a full grey beard, it would not bother me. It'd be just like, yeah, I'm Gandalf.
Yeah, like Dave said.
Yeah.
You could literally heat one rack more than the others. So like you could put a heat one bead across the back of the top racking, so that's your hotspot. It's going to be hotspot anyway because heat rises, but then it would be a lot warmer. So that would be your, say, if you wanted to keep Balfours at 29 degrees to get them to drop an egg sac or whatever, or pokies or some of the warm species.
I suppose, I mean, I had it when we had the cupboards in here. I didn't have as many spiders. I had it literally going all the way across the, say, cupboards. It was 2 bookshelves, going across the back of the bookshelves and into the sting cupboard, which was over here at the time. Put all your money into insulation and then think of heating. That's what I've kind of buggered the council for lately. So we're getting loft insulation. Rose says, "What zoo do you
Insulate the
work
floor
at?"
as well. That's what I'd done in the shed at my parents when we was building that. We insulated the floor as well.
What's the name of the zoo again, Phil?
Shepherd's Wildlife Park. If you went to Cape Manor, you may have heard of it.
Station Road.
So
I'll
right,
put the
Phil,
link in. When
You still got your little package. That's the place.
that is cool. When we decide on an actual date, there's going to be myself, the wife, the kids are going as well. Tarantula Rookie is going to meet us there. Steve W is going to meet us there. We could put it out to the channel, all the channels, and see if anybody else wants to pop along, come and meet Phil, make him look wicked in front of his boss, get him a pay rise. But I've just put the link to Phil's zoo in the chat. Yeah, we'll go for a Shepherd's takeover. I'd be up for that, says Steve Spiders. No worries. Just if you do come along, just bear in mind, my two boys are absolutely wild. One's autistic and will scream quite a lot. But I'm not going to apologise for him. But to be honest, I'll probably be following Lewis if he comes along.
well, you got a reptile one. There's no invert one bit in there, is there?
Dave says I've done a video of my old reptile room build. Check it out to see what I've done on insulation.
No.
Day at the zoo would be fantastic, says Dave. Wicked. We're going to do that. We'll do that then. It's going to be after the Taunton show. So we go for a date in March. Just keep checking on mine and Phil's community posts on YouTube, and we'll come and Tarantula Rookies, and we'll come up with a date, and we'll all go. We'll do a bit of filming, get everybody on the camera as well, all the rest of it.
And you can get these while you're there as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if people want to do experiences, they have to be pre-booked because some of them are quite popular.
That.
I'm definitely going to have to speak to you about the red pandas.
Steve, thank you for the blue hearts. It
That's
means a
one of
lot.
the
It
most
does mean a
popular,
lot.
so that definitely has to be pre-booked. And yeah, there's a couple that I know I'm not allowed to even give away or give discounts on because they're just too popular.
Well, when we sort out a date, down, I'll
the bats go around you. You go in with the bats.
You think I'm coming out of that place? I'm just going to set up a tent in the bat house.
So probably the best time to see the bats is around 12 o'clock because that's when they get fed and there's a talk. So they get really active. We go just before 12. They get really active just before 12.
Phil,
and then there's a talk that goes on.
Phil,
yeah.
Do you know in the summertime, if me and Lewis like just popped along to the zoo, and one of us might have a tent in our bag, is there any little places we could hide and camp and then go for a wander?
No.
Is it all cameras?
I would have thought so.
Susan said, ignore the oversized coat she'd be wearing.
A midnight stroll for a zoo. Can you do that, Kenya? Can you just literally go? You can't.
No. So I can obviously go from my flat to the car park.
Yeah.
And stuff. If there's something that needs checking on, so if like an animal's on medication or someone's asked me just to go pop down and check on an animal, then I can do that because that's work. It's work reasons. Otherwise, I don't go for ones around the zoo. Come summer when it's it's light and stuff, then I'm sort of allowed to a little bit, and that's when I can summer gone. I was doing the occasional live stream after the zoo closed, or after work, just going around for 1 hour or so.
The live streams you did in the summer, are you going to be doing them again?
Hopefully, yeah, plan to. So, when it's late spring and summer again, kind of thing. Whenever I can, might do the odd walk around the zoo live kind of thing.
Right.
Chaz says, of course, I do the Blue Hearts. I'm autistic too. I know, Chaz. It kind of gives us, makes you feel better when we've got people with autism that are a bit further along in their life. Do you know what I mean? We know Leo's going to be all right. If you get what I'm saying, and that is a massive compliment, mate. By the way.
Right, I'm going to jump off as well.
Is that because Ellie's in the shower and you want to get in there before she's finished?
No, Ellie's finished the shower, so now I'm going to go jump in the shower.
Oh yeah. That face he's got there is not innocent, is it? Look at that face.
Right. So anyway, I'm off.
Thank you.
Tell
Ellie, thank you as well.
Yeah. Have a good night. See you later.
See you in a bit. So for those of you that don't know, Phil went live from the actual zoo itself. Went for a walk around the zoo in the summer of last year, and it was some of the best lives I've ever witnessed. It was fucking awesome, mate. Dave had a free range of a whip snade. 24 hours. I did the vermin control too. Great being the only person. Oh wow, the animals behave differently as well.
They do indeed, yeah.
Night, Christopher. Are they at night time? If you get the chance to go check on an animal as you're walking past the other ones, are they more defensive? Are they more quiet? Are they watching you more?
They're just more confused, like what you're doing. The thing.
Raymond says, Phil, how's Kansana? Is that
Canassa? So
Canassa, sorry.
Our adult female main wolf, she is doing awesome. So I don't know if you know Raymond, but she's actually had 2 sets of pups now. She's bred twice, once on purpose and once by accident. So, but yeah, she's currently got more pups with her. So she's a really good breeding female. Really good.
Where do the puppies go? Do you keep them in the park or?
No, we've still got a male from last time, waiting for the summer keeper to actually tell us where he's got to go. But literally waiting on that. The female, her daughter went to Exmoor, I believe. And so, but potentially Raymond may have worked with Canassa. Potentially, so
is Raymond one of the? Is Raymond a zookeeper as well? Is he or?
Yep, in the zoo industry. So,
what zoo's Raymond from?
May well have worked with. I believe Canassa came from Belfast. I believe is that right, Raymond? Belfast. He'll correct me if I'm wrong.
Jackie's just put my Patreon down.
One of the best main wolves that we've ever had. Absolutely gorgeous main wolf. And she's a really good mum as well.
Steve did security near Wildwood Zoo in the summer, hearing lynx and bears in the dark. When armed with only a flashlight, was butt clenching.
Susan, I'm there with you on Cuddly Toys.
Oh, is your mum taking your dad? Sorry, taking the Cuddly Toys to the show on Sunday?
Parents sell.
So if you want what Phil's got right in his hand, Susan, it's going to be at the show on Sunday.
Most probably have them on Sunday. These ones. My flat's full of them, full of Cuddly Toys. I've got more. My mum always jokes. So I've got more Cuddly Toys now than I ever did when I was a child. And so, and like people I go around on this big, sort of gothic metalhead guy and this and the other, and I'm like, I want Cuddly Toys.
What he means is Phil's soft as shit, and he is. He is soft as shit. And when you meet him in real life, you just fall in love with the guy. I'm telling you.
I might listen to really aggressive music, but that's as far as it goes.
I've kind of aged into a soft old bastard. Is probably the best way I can explain myself.
So, I mean, I've got all sorts. I mean, yeah, we've got ones we can't even get in the UK anymore. Can't get hold of these anymore, but Cuddly Scorpion.
That's cool as fuck.
Yeah, can no longer get those. But
That is wicked.
also, yeah.
If you want to support my channel as well, the blue join button, click that, become a channel member. We have a discount code coming out for a certain spider seller pretty soon. So there's a chance you'll get your channel membership back with that discount. It's a really good discount as well. In spiders, like.
Nice.
We've got a discount code for Mantis NI, which is Scott's Inverts. We've got a discount code that's for 15% at Mantis NI. We have a discount code for Antantics, which is Scott's Inverts in capitals followed by the numbers 2, 3, and that's for 5%. Spar indeed, Steve. Luke is just another. This hobby is full of beautiful people, but for me, the likes of Luke, Phil, Dave, Leah, Lewis, Chris stick out like there's no tomorrow. Like Chaz as well, really do.
I'm just going to quickly pop to Lou.
See you later, Uncle Dave.
I like Dave.
That Spar's not doing mystery boxes at Seas. If you chat to Luke, he will tell you. I'll tell you. Luke definitely loses money on his mystery boxes. He likes them to be the best of the best, absolutely epic. So he's going to be doing those for BTS this year, which is one of Luke's local shows and one of my local shows. I don't know. He might do it for Coventry as well. I don't know because Coventry is also a local show to Luke. But I don't like to put too much pressure on him because he will lose money on his mystery boxes because they're just fucking epic. I know I shout my channel members out every time and try and get more channel members and all the rest of it. What I want to do tonight, especially while Phil's gone, is, as Phil said, zookeepers don't earn a great deal of money. And with Phil's knowledge, we could do with him getting more inverts, get into more places to do more care videos and more animal related content because his knowledge is absolutely awesome. So if you do want to become a channel member, please pop over to Phil's and click that blue join button. And he weren't supposed to come back before I finished, but hey.
So.
Yes, obviously, Jackie. But you get a shout out every time. Yes, Rose. There's nothing wrong with a guy with loads of soft, cuddly toys. He's also single as well. Incredible Inverts and other animals on Facebook. If you want to drop him a message.
Whenever I go visit other zoos, if I can afford it, I normally buy a cuddly toy. Especially if they're really cool ones, like an animal you don't see very often. Or
I've got my little one from Sue. Sally.
Nice.
Hey, Anton.
Yeah, I've got loads. I've got various spider ones, various crocodile ones. I've got a blue, whale shark one, red panda ones.
Got my snake one.
Nice. Okay. Goes in by all sorts of things.
Mark, I know, Mark. I was supposed to put that in an enclosure, but I love the fact that I'm using it as an ornament instead. I think it's too good to go in an enclosure. If there's any raffles or anything going on at Seas, Try and pull Steve W away from them because he keeps winning
Okay.
everything.
I mean, he's already said he's got room for the Balfouri communal. That's the top prize.
Matt, was that one of those mini snakes? He's just had a couple of mystery boxes come from Dubia Paul today.
Yeah, well, yeah, 3, didn't he? He ordered 3 mystery boxes.
Yes, 5. Was it 5, 10, and a 20?
Yeah, yeah. Got some of my species in there as well. Very, very nice.
Shall I give you guys a little insight to Thursday's video? Thursday's video is going to be Harpegnathos Venator, and I can't wait to show you guys this one.
Very nice.
Predatory venomous jumping ant, and they are fucking hard as nails. It's literally just like having a ton of spiders running around in a box. Am I right in thinking that there are 2 BTS shows in Coventry, May and October? No, Darren. You've got the British Tarantula Society, which is these guys, is one company. They have their show in May. That's in Leamington, which is near enough Coventry, right next door, 15 minutes away from where I am. And then the Inverts shows UK, a separate company. They have their show in Coventry, which is at a different location. And obviously both of those are just show providers, basically.
Yep.
Rose, I've tried subscribing to you guys, but my card keeps declining. Oh, do apologise for that, Rose Donna.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't have anything to do with what cards get accepted and what don't. I'm afraid. Scott, apologise.
As far as I'm aware, they're doing fine. I don't really get over to where they are, so I've only seen them the once. I haven't heard anything bad. So I'm bringing them up because I don't know if you know about Scott. We now have the park did announce it at some point a while ago. A new species on the park, but I don't work with them.
On your part,
seen them the once. Get. But the I don't know. This is the newest species at the park.
Yeah, I've seen the video.
The golden lion tamarins.
Are you gonna do a video on them?
I don't know them. I've only seen them once. Maybe eventually. There's loads of animals that I haven't done videos on yet in the park.
What video, Chaz? Oh yeah, I got you.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so you've got £5 box. What else? You got Armadillidium, Parasite, Porcellio Prenosis Vietnam, Porcellio Scaba Dalmatian, which is cool.
Sharon, thank you for signing up to Patreon as well. Appreciate that. Thank you.
£10 box. You got the Porcellio Lavis Grey, Porcellio Prenosis White Powder, and Armadillidium Granulatum. And £20 box. You got the Porcellio Prenosis Orange Dalmatian, Porcellio Lavis White, and the Armadillidium. That's the Armadillium Santa Lucia, I believe, is Armadillium Vulgare Santa Lucia.
Is that the magic potion, isn't it, Vulgare?
Yeah, well, the magic potions are a morph of the Vulgare.
White with the little gold, little gold flecks. Gorgeous.
Yeah, Steve gave me something to add into my little colony of magic potions. He's got quite a lot of magic potions, to be fair. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, Stevie Paul. To be fair, I've only ordered off him once, and I was impressed. and stuff. He's got some nice species of isopod on his site, to be fair, as well.
I've ordered. So I'm going to order live food from here, there, and everywhere. But a couple of months before Christmas, I ordered from Dubia Paul Mario worms. I think I ordered several hundred, and there must have been a load more than what I actually ordered. They were all well healthy. You can tell, can't you? Because if they're moving slow, if they're discoloured, if they've not got that yellow and black contrast, if they're a bit motley coloured, you know that they've been fed shit. These were healthy as hell. These were really, really good, proper plump like me and Phil. Absolutely perfect.
It's good. That's what you want, because even we get direct from a wholesaler. Or he's going to get £100 mystery box when he can afford it. Oh, that'd be a good one. And we'll get them direct from the wholesaler, and sometimes they come in such rubbish condition, and we're ringing them up going, "What the hell's this?"
Mark, Scott will be use your Xmas Prezi at C's. Mark gave me a £30 voucher for Portsmouth. I don't know if I'll use it at C's. I might use it at C's. Actually, it depends. There is a spider on there that I want. We shall.
My unseen voucher at C's, because he's going to be at C's, and then at Sheffield use the Madness NI voucher.
Jackie says, right, I need to go. Got to feed things, especially those bloody nymphs. Night, Jackie, the best moderator in the world, the most amazing woman in the world, and we all love you so much because you are the best. Does that make up for earlier? Jackie's Cats and Things. She does a lot of like ghost hunting and stuff like that, and her lives go absolutely crazy with view counts. If you want something a little bit different, go check out her channel and go pop in on one of her lives. They are brilliant. Some of them are absolutely hilarious as well. Scott, don't forget to check Spider Provider for that spider. Yeah, we'll do, dude.
DB Paul, £200 mystery box on DB Paul. That.
Oh, could you imagine?
That's a lot of isopods. £200.
Could you imagine? I don't know about a semi. I think you'd have a hard on for days. Oh my wow!
I would definitely want like some Cabaris in that, probably.
What could you imagine? You got rubber duckies?
Yep. Yeah, I've got Sandy King's rubber duckies and lemon blues.
Are you going to save up for the Jupiters?
Yeah, well, I'd like Jupiters. Although I spoke to a few people.
They are. I know they're ridiculously expensive, but my God.
A lot of people reckon they are just exactly the same as the lemon blues. It's just a slightly different morph to the lemon blues.
I don't know. Jupiters are stunning.
Sort of thing. So it'd be interesting to see, because I think we don't know. None of them have actually been speciated at all. But there's some isopods that are trumping Cabaris now out there.
If Steve gets a £200 mystery box, he's going to bring it around yours so you can do an unboxing video. That would be fucking epic. Yeah, that would be something. Probably not, Jackie.
But you got things. There's a few people in the UK with the Marulliana species of genus of isopod. They're something else. Some of those ones. We got things like the scarlets and stuff. It's like they pretty much blow like Cabaris out of the water.
I love Hoffman Soggy. I ain't gonna lie. I think
things like those, they're ember bees.
I mean, they're still expensive, Hoffman Soggys, obviously, but they're not as they're nice. And the spikies. The spikies are gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. Which ones? I've got spiky ones.
I can't remember the scientific name, but the white ones.
The
I
Chris
think
and
it's like-
Lydium.
You get some come out white, some come out slightly mottled.
I've got the Chris and Lydium, which are kind of off-white, but they're tiny. They're absolutely tiny. You look closely, you can see the spikes on them.
For those watching, I am going to be we are going to be ending the live soonish. I've got to be up stupid o'clock in the morning because we've got workmen actually coming to fix the damp in the front room after 3 years and a court case later. Yeah. Scott, there is missing a LV on Patreon, the one you will visit me once a year. From Tron, you've got me on Facebook, mate. We can sort something. If you drop me a message, yeah, we can sort something. Have you got any scorpion babies at the moment, Phil?
One, little in terms of real scorpion, my Nebo.
Hey up, Raymond's just smashed it out of the park for you.
Oh, Magnificus, yeah. Oh, I would love Magnificus, Raymond. I don't have Magnificus at the moment, so I don't think I've actually kept Magnificus yet. Awesome species. I love all isopods. That's the thing. It's like everything, just every single part just gets so addictive.
Raymond, he's the guy that did the Boxing Day giveaway for the isopod. Yeah, he's something else. He gave me a couple as well. Awesome guy.
So,
and he is from your favourite.
So way, Raymond. Need to sort out some emeralds for you, Raymond, when you sort of next over this way.
Raymond, are you coming to BTS?
Or any of the shows? I think I'm at pretty much all of them, apart from Scotland, I think.
Because he's given me some, and then he sponsored 2 giveaways, and he's just gone, I've had a lot of love in the hobby, I just want to pass it on. And, it'd be nice if we can just buy him a coffee at least, do you know what I mean? Or something.
Because I came to the Bristol show last year.
Okay. Awesome. You coming to Bristol this year then, Raymond?
Mm.
Steve says Magnificus are awesome.
They are to be fair. And the great thing about isopods is they don't take up a lot of room.
You've got to be on them though, haven't you? Otherwise, the colony will die off. You have to be on them. The ones that Raymond passed me, I'm literally checking them every day. Phil, how much do you sell emerald roaches for? Says Amy.
Nymphs currently 5 nymphs for £25.
That's a tenner cheaper than the normal price.
Yeah, most people it's 35 quid. I've even seen some people charging 60 quid for 5 nymphs.
When they first came out, I remember sellers going, "Yeah, they're £35 for 5. We can't sex them, but they could sex them because I bought 5. I think who else bought 5? Sarah over in Nuneaton had bought 5, and a couple of others, and not one of us had a male. They all went female. This is, I think, about 2 years ago now.
Yeah, but I try and put in different sizes if I can, because the males mature quicker than the females, and then don't live as long. They only live like 6 months as an adult male. Whereas the females, they still have a few more molts to go before they get bigger. So I try and put sometimes some that are absolutely tiny. So I need to use like an eye lens to actually like 2 sexes. I sell them unsexed, but I try and put different sizes in. So you get a couple that are large and some that are really small. The females will live longer anyway than the males, and that was something that I learned from John Loach. That's what he told me all about that sort of stuff, and he's only correct on that one.
Tron, you donate so much across the lives, mate. If you don't donate any more this month on this channel, I'm going to tell you off. I swear down. But I do appreciate it, and good night, Tron. Take care. Drop me a message, Tron, and we'll have a look. Raymond's not going to the BTS. Bloody expensive to come over. I'll come to Bristol if Scott stops sending me news. Phil, send me a PM. I'll sort your magnificence too. If you send him a nude, he'll send you extra. But he's informative on the isopods as well. When you get chatting to him, I mean, he knows his shit all right. My word.
Steve, if you want to put a Bolivari, I'm breeding those at the moment.
Amy really wants some of those Magnificas.
Yeah, isopods are definitely on their way up and up and up within the hobby. But I've been keeping isopods.
It's about time. I mean, you know as well as I do, Phil. It's been 3 years ago. The isopod keepers and ant keepers were always frowned upon, and scorpion keepers to a certain degree. And now people like yourself are pushing it forward out there more and getting more interest in it. Yeah. And over the last 3 years, I've noticed the isopods are coming into the community a lot more. The same with ants and the same with the scorpions as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I got my first Maculatum, my first time Maculatum, probably 10 years ago. Or something like, and you could only get a few. There's only ever a few species, and even then, people would be like, what? Why are you buying those for? Why are you spending £10 on some woodlice? I was like, yeah, but these are cool woodlice. So,
to be honest, 10 years ago, no way would I. I would never have bought a spider.
So.
Crazy, isn't it? Alice is just calling on it.
Emerald roaches at Taunton.
Hey, Jamie. Had to double check I didn't tune into the Vikings.
Yeah, that's it.
Susan says, what time do we need to be ready on Sunday? Do you know where Steve lives in the country?
I do. I've been to his yet.
He's driving from there all the way to Coventry to pick me up.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's bringing Susan with him or if we're getting Susan on the way back down again.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Susan said she's like round the corner from Seas.
It's mental. To be honest, when I said I couldn't go to Seas, I literally thought, nah, nobody's going to come. And then Steve was like, I can pick you up, dude, if you can get a lift back. And then Leah from Unusual Pets literally went, I can take you home. Awesome stuff. Also, if you're attached to Scott's Inverts Army on Facebook, I did a post about the shows, just asking people, like, if you've got a spare seat in your car, just put what area you're coming from and to what show. And if somebody else is in that area that can split the fuel with you, happy days. If they're an absolute arsehole, I take no responsibility for that. If you make another spider weirdo friend that encourages you to buy a shitload more spiders, happy days. Are you dropping me off and then going to pick Susan up? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I get you. So you want me to stand in the queue, and then when you guys come back, you can jump in. I can deal with that.
I think it's what you can do your shopping with Buzzer Reptiles and Sally's Mouse Spiders, because their tables are in the foyer.
I don't think I'm not taking much because I'm not working, am I? So I'm taking. When I say I'm not working, I haven't had any work for 2 weeks. So at the moment, I'm taking 100. But if something happens between now and then, it might be less. But I can't wait for the social side of it. Just saying hello to everybody and seeing old friends, making new ones.
Yeah,
That is going to be awesome. Awesome. Scott Q, surely not.
So,
Yeah, I don't mind queuing.
so and then then this year we've got all new labels for my stock. Because I've got a label printer for Christmas that I can put QR code on that links you straight to a video.
That's cool. Leah mentioned that actually the other day. That is cool.
So, literally grab it.
Thank you, Susan. Susan, again, thank you for becoming a channel, becoming a Patreon as well. Appreciate that.
Also, one Jeremy's got one of these as well. So I was like, asked him what it was like, and he said it was actually brilliant. So I was like, there we go, I'll have that one then, because when you know someone who's got one, even better. And to be fair, so far it works absolutely brilliantly. It's all thermo printing.
If
so
I've got
design on the phone.
hold on.
Yeah. So basically,
And then that QR code takes you straight to your care video.
Straight to a video on the species.
That's awesome.
So it saves paper in terms of not having to do care sheets and stuff.
I think, speaking of Jeremy, we just double check.
It's thermo printing, so there's no ink.
Let me just check. Where is he? Wow, you don't realise how many messages that you get and you send until you scroll down to try and find some.
And then also it's just a nice, fairly compact unit. So design all the labels just on the phone. Just with Bluetooth and prints out very quickly. So it seems to be the first show actually using these at, which should be cool.
Does Phil know zoologically about alligator snappers if they provide bass spots in zoo?
We'd have to technically have to provide a basking area and along with a good UV. That'd be measure every single week.
Oh, Susan's just become a channel member. Thank you, Susan. Appreciate that. That's bloody awesome.
Temperatures every single day, and then UV levels every single week. We have to do that for all reptiles.
No, I didn't mean it like that, Susan. Sorry, I get. If you watch my videos, I leave my mistakes in because I do get words mixed up and muddled up. That's just me, and I'd rather leave it in and then edit it all out and all the rest of it. But that's just how I am in real life as well. So I do apologise. It weren't a hint.
Because an alligator snapper is very unlikely to use a basket area, but we'd have to give them the option.
We've got Jeremy on next week on the 31st again, but we've also got Carl on, Carl Perry. He has a spider room. It's True Spiders UK, I think he is on Facebook or international. I can't remember, but he runs one of the biggest spider groups for True Spiders, and he has got literally done out a room full of True Spiders. That's going to be absolutely awesome.
So all online versus. Yeah, UV can penetrate the water surface. We'd probably. What I'd like for our, we've just got common snappers, but what I would like for us is to put a good UV unit just over the top of the water, because they will kind of come to the top of the water every now and then. Along with good heat, and they can then get in the shallower, basically put over the shallower end of the water.
when you
option.
when you look at alligators and crocodiles, the crocodilian family in the wild, and when you look at Chandler's ones that he's got in his garden, they're always just under the water surface, aren't they? They're always just lying there with their eyes out of the water, which indicates to me that they must absorb quite a bit of UV if they're up high in the water. I know I think it's the colder months they go down to the bottom of the rivers and then underneath the mangroves.
Yeah.
And then they also literally will lie on the banks basking because, you know, the typical video of the alligators taking something down is when they're normally basking and then something comes running over the river on a migration and they go flying after it or whatever. Caimans bury themselves in the mud, dig burrows.
Yeah.
It was the I think it's the Amazon where they got the crocodiles, and I was watching a documentary,
Hi, Rosanna.
and they were saying, "Oh, night, Rose Donna. Meds are wearing off, and I keep falling into sleep. No worries." I think she said she was coming to the show on Sunday.
Nice.
If anybody does come to the show on Sunday, remember, just tell us who you are on YouTube, because you might know our faces, but we don't know yours, which is the crazy thing about it. But we were watching this documentary, and this couple were saying, like, in the summer, they wouldn't go swimming in the Amazon where these crocodiles are. And the research had indicated that in the winter months, they drop down to the bottom of the river. That's it. That's where they are. And this couple were diving, and they were diving down. People advised them not to. But the crocodiles do not sit at the bottom of the river. They go underneath the it's like the tree roots and the grassy areas makes underwater caves almost, and they swim underneath those as far as 2 miles, and literally just sit in the water motionless. And these two divers were saying, like, people were saying how aggressive they are and this, that, and t'other. And they did say in the warmer months that's true. In the winter months, not so. These were actually right with the crocodiles. The crocodiles weren't even bothered by them. It blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. I can't remember the name of the documentary, but do a Google search for it. I'm sure it will come up. Definitely worth a watch. What am I looking to buy, funds permitting? Probably dinner. To be honest, I'm going to try and get an adult female spider of some sort. Maybe a centipede or a true spider or something. I said I'm taking £100 because financial situation is a bit shocking at the moment. When I say that, don't worry. Our heads are above water. I've just got to swim a bit harder to get the shoulders and the rest of the body out. Do you know what I mean? It's not bad. It's just that everything's paid for, but spending wise is where it's at. Purely because work has been shit for the last 2 weeks. Hopefully next week there'll be more. So
overseas, I'll be there, Leah. You know that.
100 is good for a show, good amount for what you can get. Yeah, it is.
That's why I don't take
I really want to try and get an adult female, and if I can do that, I'll be happy. If I can squeeze dinner out of it as well, I'll be happier. But I just can't wait. To be honest, the social side of it is what I'm really looking forward to again, as opposed to spending the money. Meeting up with friends like Phil, you just see each other on a live. You see Leah on a live and a load of others on a live and stuff like that. Chat to each other on Facebook, but it's not the same as like meeting up in real life. I've not seen Chaz for a very long time, and I think it was the first time I met Steve W. Was at the Seas last year, and the first time I met Chaz was as well. Yeah, not seen Jamie since last year. They've not. There's an outside. Oh, hold on a minute. Is there an outside batch bar at Seas, or is it inside?
all inside. They got like there's hotels, they got like their own sort of cafe restaurant and stuff. But you go out and just go over the bridge, and you're straight into a retail park.
Yeah, there's a McDonald's, isn't there?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, me and Phil just eat high protein diets with these physiques, don't we, mate?
Oh yeah.
You know, high protein diets, a lot of salad, that type of stuff.
I'll give it pointers.
Well, my niece is looking forward to meeting all of you YouTubers. Gonna need lots of coffee too. I have severe fatigue, so need to stay awake more than a few hours. Coffee sounds good to me, Susan. I'm telling you, I love a bit of coffee. I tend to drink a lot of tea in the home, but when I go out, I do like a coffee. And first thing in the morning, I love a filter coffee.
Well, when you go out and about, often tea is absolutely rubbish when you go out and about.
Sorry?
When you go out and about, often tea is absolutely rubbish when you go out and about because they don't make it from because they use the.
It's not Yorkshire tea. It's normally some cheap stuff, and you go. Oh.
Well, it's always cheap stuff, and also they use the big coffee machines that are designed for coffee. Sort of thing.
Mate,
like,
you see these energy drinks?
A cup of tea is a. It's just
Mate's give me one of these energy drinks, tiny little thing. I'm like,
oh, wow.
I'm like, do I actually drink that, or do I just pretend I have and tell him it was brilliant? That says kidney stones to me. He was like, "Oh, you got to try one of these. They're brilliant." Like, yeah, I'll try it before a show. We'll probably, I think that will sit here for another couple of years. Yeah, no queue jumping coffee queue like you did at Brighton. What? I didn't jump the queue at Brighton. At Brighton, on the left, you had all the food, right? And here you had the coffee. Everybody down this side was waiting for food. So I just went past them all and went to the coffee. What's wrong with that? Razor's Edge. So tempting listening to you all not to just again say, sod it, get in the car. Mark, you are coming with Victoria. you are a staple part of the show. Night, Jamie.
No,
You've got to be there, dude. You've got to come. I need to give you and Victoria a hug for sending that PT voucher over. I doubt if I'll be jumping the queue this year at Seas because I'm not working on any stalls, which I'm pretty chuffed about, to be honest.
My dad's picking me up at like 6 in the morning. Yes, Leah. Oh, apparently I'm my poo head.
Hey, Claire. I think Rhino Exotics. Claire, you've got a stall at Seas now as well, haven't you? My little leaf insects ain't hatched out yet.
My mum got left side hatching out.
For the last 4 weeks, though, I literally have only just put them into a tub like you hatch out spiders. So they're on a mesh above water. Try and get that moisture up without getting them any mold. Mark, don't ever apologise for missing part of a live. We've all got lives. He's only just woke up, bless him. Don't apologise. I cannot make people's lives through the week, and it's because of unfortunately, my family life is a bit more hectic than everybody else's. In fact, the wife's just messaged saying Leo's just woke up being a pain in the bum. And the two boys, 9 times out of 10, if Leo wakes up and if he's not going to sleep and he's having a screaming fit, he'll wake Noah up and then we're fucked for a few hours. Like, And
Hey,
I've still
Thomas.
I have to film this video tonight as well as, so God knows what time I'll be up till. And I've got to get up at 7 in the morning because they're finally coming to do the work on the house. Which that we started a court case of them beginning of last year, and it's just coming to the end now. So they're actually doing something about it after 5 years. Steve can't do weekends because he works Saturday night. Do you actually work Saturday night, Steve, or do you just give it this on the door? Like that. You ain't coming in, you need not done. Bring some i3 with me. Awesome, awesome. Anyone after a mature male chromatus? Let me check my female, Steve. How much do you want for the male? Hey, Thomas. A bit of both, mate. When we used to hit the town, when we were drinking, the bouncers were very different to what they are now. No cameras. A lot of Polish were bouncers, so they were absolutely like massive steadheads. And mate, if you did anything wrong, you just get like they'd be kicking off with you. You know, full scale war on the door, just trying to get in. Oh, let me check my females, Steve, and we might do something. Drop me a message on Facebook. Does anyone have any dead stock like spiders, mantids, or anything looking to increase my commission portfolio? The only problem you got there, Thomas, is so's Leah. I hate it when my husband gets up at 3 a.m. and he wakes Mac up. Oh, you see, when I go to bed, I'm normally literally just fidgeting for several hours. Then I'll fall asleep for an hour. Then I'll wake up for maybe an hour or two. Then I'll go back to sleep, and then I'll struggle to get up in the morning. That's pretty much how it is every night. I don't know. I can't understand though why when I fall asleep it's for an hour, then I wake up. Why don't I fall asleep like for the whole night? Oh, bless Susan. That's a wicked idea. Steve, we were all training mixed martial arts, and the bouncers were just basically on steads. So a lot of the time it didn't end well for them. But I mean, the late 90s as well. You never know what was going to get pulled on doors. And with no cameras and stuff like that, nobody go running to the police or anything. So if something come out, you'd be like, okay, I'm going now. Steve had a bouncer in an escape nightclub in Margate, punched me in the face. Took 4 of the bouncers. Well, probably Steve Spiders probably carried you out, Steve.
I won't say apologies if it was me. You punched me.
When I was training on the steads, I was 16 stone solid muscle. I did my security course to become a bouncer, and the card never actually turned up. The actual company that were doing it went bankrupt. I'm pretty glad, really. Hey, Emma.
Hey, Emma.
My spider is due on Thursday, but I'm worried is it still cold? I know, yeah. Before Christmas, these temperatures, sellers were stopping supplying, and they haven't at the moment. They're still like, oh, yeah.
It's meant to be like back into the pluses this week, I think.
It's -4 here in Coventry.
So.
But mind you, it did say we were supposed to have an inch of snow every hour for so many hours, and that never happened. So Clement C. Claire says I'm not posting lives at the minute because they're still at minus at night. Aim is where we can't you ask to delay till it's a bit warmer. See, I mean, I had something come in the post today from posted out yesterday, and that came all right, and that was in a heat pack. And they like the warmer temperatures, the Venatora. They really do. Steve says, what jumpers do you have? Jumpers, I've still got one mum knitted, and then just normal ones out of Primark. The problem with Royal Mail is I watched one of the heads of Royal Mail literally stand in the Commons and say, yes, I'm on £500,000 pay a year with £160,000 bonus. Yes, we might have laid some staff off. And they were saying, are you doing fire to hire? Because the Royal Mail are now taking on a shed load of agency staff.
I saw that. But they're like, yeah, questioning all his bonuses and everything. It's like,
yeah, do right. £160,000 bonus will cover the pay rises of how many workers?
Yeah, that's it. And then, like, yeah, and some of the things that were going up in them, he couldn't answer really any of the questions that were given to him.
Philip, I doubt if there'll be 6-eyed sand spiders at seas after Bugs UK were told that they're not allowed to take them. But you can take you can take red fangs wandering spiders though. Work that out. I've actually got two species now.
Have Invicta actually said that they're not allowed there?
It was Nick.
He's nothing to do with seas.
That was at the Coventry show. He went over and spoke to them, and then Lee did. But Nick did, and Bugs UK was like, does he run this show? We were like, no. Bye, thank you very much. Bump, gone. And then Lee told him afterwards. But yeah, I've got two species now. I've got the Sicarius summathoides, and I've got the...
They've definitely been for sale at seas before.
The Huani.
I've even seen DWAs at seas before.
Wow.
That was an interesting one.
Last year, there was a centipede escape from TSS.
Yeah, the first ever sea show. Yeah, all the European players who have been training in the UK for many years decided to all bring over DWA scorpions and spiders to try their luck, thinking like, oh, this is a brand new show. They won't realise what these are, but of course they did. So they're like, you know, then they're all like, oh yeah, we'll just have them under our table, you know, and we wait for them. They're like, no, we're confiscating them all. You can have them back once everyone has left the show. Sort of thing. There's no one that you can sell them to. So, because yeah, someone had like a whole box full of Deathstalker scorpions. There was Lactodectrus there was recluses there.
Steve said he nearly lost a scorpion at the Bedford show. It didn't IHS used to do the same, didn't they? Used to have a hot room.
No.
Or is that just ham?
In Europe, you get the hot rooms. Well, in Germany, there's no such thing as DWA. You don't need a license to keep them.
Or Norway. That's why Tron can have them. Sort
of thing. So, like, and there's also not really much of a market to Avondale. Like, that's why you can get like an adult cobra for like to the equivalent of like £20.
Could you imagine that? £20 and there you are with a 14-foot King Cobra.
I think it's insane, you know. And I don't know what's it? Yeah, Venom Tech. They said, but they went over to Ham to set up Venom Tech. Went with like £1,000, came back with change. They got everything that they wanted. But over there, our DWA, like the scorpions and spiders, aren't in the hot room. They're just in the regular room. They said it was the most scary thing ever, seeing kids picking up deli cups of death, stalker scorpions in, lactodextrose in, and stuff. You know, so, oh, look at this. And it's like, oh my god.
Oh shit! It's not going to end well, is it? Sooner or later, there's going to be something.
So I was like, maybe not.
If
But yeah, no, there's never been that. Again,
if I remember rightly,
sneak stuff in to shows in the UK.
Wasn't there somebody that did get a hit coming back from Ham? A child with a snake, wasn't it?
No, there's been people that have been hit various times coming back.
And this live is my 950th video.
Yeah.
A lot of those are shorts, to be honest. Bugnut ascending with heat pack and foam installation. Yeah, should be all right. As long as the heat pack does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, they put like a 72-hour heat pack in or something like that. That's good. No. I say, Clay knows what he's doing.
Well, he's been doing it for years.
That's it.
Literally
Yeah,
a very long time.
People think that it's only just new onto the to having a website, but he's been doing it for many years.
Susan's just discovered the channel membership emojis. The circular red one, that's the Tara's Army one for when the wife's about. There's also channel member only lives that I do once a month as well. Sometimes, like last one, we got Leo come into the kitchen because it was a bit earlier on in the day, so we don't cross over into other people's lives. So he was on it. There we go, Notter and Jungle Off Gunner. Not gonna lie, I don't see the attraction for things like King Cobras. Just feels a bit pointless. Are there not enough things that wouldn't murder you? I went to Ham on a coach years ago with Reptile Forums UK, and loads brought hots back undeclared. Baby Gaboon Vipers in Barroplast took. Fuck me. Wow. Wow.
And the insane thing is that, like, you could go over, you know, just in a regular car, and you know, and be like, oh yeah, been there, and you know, whatever. And they won't necessarily check you. One time, guys from London Zoo went over in a London Zoo van over to Europe for, you know, if they don't get a load of like lactodextrose and stuff, and they got fully searched. So I'm like, we're clearly doing things above boards for a zoo in a big van and plastered London Zoo all over around it and stuff, and they got stopped and searched by customs. Other people just in the car with a load of hots, not at all.
Amy said Leo was so cute on the channel member lot. Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was good.
Amy, I don't know if you heard earlier, but we are organising a bit of a trip. It was just going to be me and Tara and the kids, and then I asked Tarantula, Rookie, and obviously Steve if they wanted to meet us at Phil's Zoo, and we're just going to open it up to everybody now. Get Phil's bosses to go, oh, we better give him a pay rise because he's quite popular. And all these people are coming in. That'll be wicked, wouldn't it? So we're going to look probably in March time. That's what from the channel member live. That's going on as well. And I can't wait. Chaz, I can't agree more. With shows, I feel like they should have a winding down area. I spoke to Mark Pennell from BTS. not necessarily this year, but possibly 2024, there could be a chill out room for everybody that's got anxiety and children with anxiety more so. So you can just go and it would just be a quiet room, chill, and then that's it. But Chaz, on Sunday, mate, if your anxieties go through the roof, if I'm near you, just say, Scott, I need to speak to you, and I'll know what you want, and we'll go outside and we'll have a chill. And I'm not. Don't be worried if I'm talking to somebody or anything like that. We'll go outside and have a chill. Chaz, I agree. They need bean bags. Well, that's when it comes down to us as a community, the public figures such as YouTubers pulling together and doing something positive by saying to all their all their subscribers, if you feel anxious at a show, come grab any of us and we'll take you out outside and we'll go and have a chill. We'll all go in separately and keep asking if things are working. That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
They'd be like, what the hell's going on? Why is all these people coming here asking for Phil?
Again, Susan, if the anxiety gets to you Sunday, just grab me. I don't mind. I usually find with C's, if you come outside where everybody's smoking, go left and then go left again. It's normally quite quiet down that area. Emma's had a separate venomous room with all snakes kept behind a glass cabinet. At each table, no under 16 is allowed in without an adult supervision, and medics are always on hand. And Rona says, I feel safer behind the table rather than in the crowd. All right, I think I'm going to have to end the live, unfortunately, in literally a couple of minutes. I was going to end it at 10:30, but, you know, one of them. Because I've got to try and get this other video done before tonight. Yeah, Leah's got anxiety as well. See, Leah's somebody else you can go to if your anxieties are running. So E&L Binding Crafts. There's normally one of us around Leah's stall, to be honest. It'll either if you're close to Leah's or Phil's or Spa, we're normally around those three. Anton says bye.
Bye, Anton.
No worries, Susan. Thank you. Back to see if it's safe. Are you all right, Nessa? Was there somebody that you didn't like on or something, or what was going on? Phil, what is your dad's name?
Phil's dad. That's his name.
Sir Phil's dad.
His name's Andrew.
I've always called Phil's dad, and his mum Queen.
Everyone just goes, yeah, Phil's dad and Phil's mum is often the way.
And try and get a hug off Phil's mum. She does give out lovely hugs. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate that. A resident after you? Who's that? Do we know them, Susan?
We're all going to be Susan's bodyguards.
The stalker. Do you know who that is, Phil?
Sorry, no, I don't know who. I know.
I don't.
I'm sure Susan will point out to us all.
Yeah. Steve Spiders, do I need my badge on my angry face? He lives in the same building. all right, Susan.
That sees is normally a security guard. That sees as well, actually.
If he gets in his car and follows you and Steve can message me, and me and Steve Spiders can come out to the industrial park opposite C's. You can just pull up there. I keep forgetting Luke's dad's name. Nessa. Daddy Spa.
It's just Daddy Spa, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah, that is it. Who's upset Nessa? Because I'm a bit pissed off about that.
Oh, sure.
Drop me a message, Nessa or Mark. Just private PM. Because if they step the mark on a live, I will literally just mention it and I get fucked. That's all right, Chaz. It does matter, Nessa, because you're one of my friends. You're also a subscriber, so of course it matters. I want everybody to feel safe. Hence, somebody's already been blocked from the WhatsApp group and every group I'm admin on. I don't mind doing it to another one if they're overstepping the mark. Mark would have I would have guessed Steve.
God.
I'd rather lose a subscriber to know that everybody feels safe. I think we all would, to be honest.
Yep. Yeah, I've got people blocked from my channel so that people feel safe from my channel.
Oh well, I blocked somebody. I blocked somebody recently, very recently.
Yep.
But people shouldn't be stalking. I can't wait to set this bad boy up with these new ants. I am, mate.
Nice.
It's literally like you getting the rubber duckies. I am like busting. The incident at hand was a guy took a dry bite in the car park from an inland taipan. Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, don't want to bite from one of those.
Wow. Exactly, Steve. We do, mate. We do stick together as a community. We do look after our own. And the community is fucking massive.
Yep. Night, Amy.
Night, Amy. Take care. But C's is going to be epic, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Spider, all the way from Poland. Hey, dude, you okay?
Hey.
I don't rate Ants UK at all. The first lot I had from Thomas, Ants on a Rock, the Mesa Barbarous, they're doing... Where are they? They're up there. They are doing pretty well. This second lot is Antantics. They've arrived. Just wait till Thursday's video. The packaging is just... It's a work of art. It's an absolute work of art.
Some of the packaging from like ourselves is really, really cool. Like when we got a new colony of leaf cutters.
Not yet, Michael. I want to do that for the Lassia species that we've got in the UK.
So, but yeah, we got new colony of leaf cutters, and they were so nicely packaged.
Where did they come from?
Ants Davy.
See, this one's Antantics. It's just like, wow. And I messaged Richard and I said, mate, this packaging is another level. And he said, when he first got into the hobby, the first lot of ants he got was sent to him in a bubble envelope. and he went, "How can you send royalty out like that? Because it's a queen." And that's how people treat the queens, and literally as. Oh, thank you.
I thought she would have brought it into you.
No?
I'm gonna get in the bath.
No, babe.
Leo's telling me he's gonna be sick and all sorts, but he hasn't. He's just coughing.
Yeah, because when he's normally sick, he coughs a lot.
Well, coughing's what makes him sick.
Uh-oh.
He's in our bed with my phone. Layla's sat.
Question about, because I've never actually kept morning geckos.
Hey, Strogs.
So yeah. Crabs out.
How long do the morning gecko eggs take to hatch if they're fertile?
Between
8 weeks.
8 and 12 weeks.
8 to 12 weeks with ours, yeah. They're really weird though, because they can drop eggs and you think, oh, I've got eggs, brilliant. And then they just sit there and nothing happens and they're infertile.
I mean, a bit like us.
Yeah, we've literally got probably about 8 in there now that are just infertile. I've got a feeling they might drop a male out at some point. Susan says, hi, Mrs. Scott.
Hi.
The wife has literally just popped into the kitchen in a vest top with no bra on. Hence, I keep staring that way.
It's cold. Leave me alone.
It's not cold. It's warm in here. What's the other excuse?
It's cold in there, and I've just walked through there.
Yeah, it is a bit cold in the front room at the moment.
Don't look too hard. They might poke you in the eyeballs.
Scott's behaving himself because Tara is there. I don't behave just because the wife's there. I'm just normal. Always am. Give Tara some screen time. Be careful there, Steve. I'm protective over my wife. Believe me, if somebody inboxed her saying, can I have some naked pictures of you, I'd drive to their fucking house. So, if Nessa, so if Chaz was to apologise to you now, would you guys then be okay? And you can just put it in the past as a mistake and just forget about it. I hope so. Yeah, I've got no problem with people messaging my wife. It's if she ever turned around to me and said, this person has just asked me for pictures, I would go, there'd be nothing, you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I think Chaz Ness, I think it was just a big mistake, just a big misunderstanding. It'd be really nice if you guys could just say, let's leave it in the past and move on as friends so we could end the stream on a real positive. I told him numerous times I didn't run him over. He's never spoken to me since. Oh, cheers, Strogs. Strogs, I'm telling you, mate, there's somebody in the community that's been doing it. So I've blocked him on everything and chucked him out of all the groups because I don't want him messaging vulnerable women like he has been.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it pissed me off because YouTubers are in a position of power. So, he's done it to a couple of my close friends as well, and it's really, really pissed me off. Thank you, Nessa. Nessa says it's not me bullying Chaz, but I understand how things can happen. Yeah, exactly, Steve Spiders. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you who it was because I don't think I'd be able to. I think I'd probably get sued. There'd be a court case, and yeah.
It's almost not worth it.
Claire, that could be the same person. That this web gets sicker, Phil. It fucking.
I know. Well, yeah, people that pictures have been sent to or whatever. It's for a lot of people to start reporting to the authorities.
I hope so.
Because it's illegal what they're doing.
Well, if you message somebody and they say no, you don't then message again. That's when you start getting to the legalities and illegalities about it, really, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And especially if somebody's in a vulnerable position and you're in a position of power, then it is very illegal. And as a YouTuber, you're in a position of power.
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether you think you are or not. It's it doesn't matter what.
All right, Chaz, no worries. But Chaz, Nessa, it weren't Nessa that ran you over. Oh, 1 second.
Probably my life's running people over in a scooter. So, unfortunately, there are, Claire. Unfortunately, so there's a mentality that I really don't get. Who isn't at work? Yeah, same Steve. I can't understand. I can't understand it. Why you'd have that mentality.
Claire, I'll just drop you a quick message on your Facebook, on your Raw and Exotics one.
Yeah, unfortunately, Matt. Yeah, a lot of people are bad ends, unfortunately.
Yeah, 99.9% of this community are absolutely bang on. But every community, you will find a plonk donk. But we're quick to clamp down on them, which is pretty cool.
I think that, happens in every single type of community there is and stuff. There's good and bad in everything. Zoos, there's good zoos and there's bad zoos. Even in the UK, there are bad zoos in the UK.
Thank you, Debbie. Debbie's just become a channel member level 1. Thank you, appreciate that. Remember Stinson Hunter? he was a sexual predator hunter. He did it for many years, and he doesn't do it no more because he's basically just exhausted it.
Yeah.
He used to hunt down the predators online. He used to pretend to be like a 14-year-old or something like that. He lives in Eton. I know him. I'd love to be able to do something like that, but I don't think I'd be able to keep my cool with it.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Wendy. Wendy's just become a channel member level 1 as well. Thank you both. Appreciate that. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, and Steve, drop me a PM, Steve Spiders, about the mature male. I'll check my female. I think she molted. I need to have a look at her. If she's in prime fat condition, then she's the one that molted. But I need to check her first. Thank you, Susan. Appreciate that. Diamond painting. Tyra does a bit of that.
Nice.
They certainly are, Nessa. No worries, Steve. I don't know, Mark. Sometimes, see, that's how my granddad taught me: was 2 wrongs don't make a right. But when it comes to some subjects, I think a blind eye gets turned. Nessa says Susan, cross stitch is good for relieving stress too. Wait to just get more and more spiders, Susan. You'll be like that.
Yeah.
There's always something to do with the spiders, though. Oh, I can't wait for C's.
Gonna be good. Gonna be a good show.
Especially when I think I weren't going to be able to get there. More feeding and spot cleaning, rehousing, keeping inverts definitely reduces stress. Just for me, it really does.
Yep.
It's your little getaway from anything that's going on in life, isn't it? The spiders and the inverts and the animals.
Yeah.
They don't
Even
give you.
There's my day job. It's still something I need to do.
They don't give you grief. They don't give. Well, they do because they fill the water bowls up. Oh.
Yeah. Putting clothes or something.
Well, they're all good. Do you catch a molten or doing something stupid? Yeah, like a terrestrial hanging upside down. Mark says, not a shame that doing cross stitch is one of my go-tos. That and listening to Megadeth.
Nice, Mark. Don't so there are nowadays might be in Norway or something, but there's like headbang knitting contests that go on now. So it's like, people go up on a stage, do some knitting whilst rocking out some metal music in the contest. So I tell you, if I ever see after was my life with Venom Tech, if I ever catch a tarantula dreaming, I'll probably stress me out. It just sounds stressful to watch a tarantula dreaming. So I don't know.
Loads of metalheads in the invert world. We need a Scots UK concert. I can sing a little bit, but I can't do metal, unfortunately. I'd love to be able to scream down a microphone. Get Phil on the drums. That would be get Mark on the guitar.
So yeah, I don't know. Did you catch a bit when I had Venom Tech on? We were talking about that it's been now scientifically proven that spiders dream. That when a tarantula dreams, it'll go into death cow and then out of a death cow, and that's a tarantula dreaming.
How can they come to that conclusion? Have they measured brainwave?
Yeah, looking at various things, the paper been done on it. They've scientifically proven that tarantulas and other spiders dream. They akin them going into a death cow and out of a death cow and it goes quite quickly, so akin to our rapid eye movement.
That just blew my mind.
I'd imagine watching that would be pretty damn stressful just to suddenly see a tarantula go into death cow and then out of it again. Like, what the hell's going on? That's just having a dream. Like, what?
I'm not much of a metalhead. My head is made of lead. As you get older, headbanging just gives you a headache. Alice, I'm learning the banjo at the moment. Matt can do lead. I can just about cope with rhythm. Night, Nessa. Take care.
It's been a while since I sat behind the drum kit.
I was learning to play the bass as well as making a bit of computer digital music, all like rock and metal. But my problem was that sound wall of music got lost to me counting beats and listening for changes and stuff like that, and breaking down the song that I was listening to instead of actually enjoying it properly. So I stopped. I wanted to keep that wall of sound, and I just want to hear the noise and not break it down like I kept doing when I was trying to learn. I don't know. Do you do that, Phil, or do you still get that sound of noise?
Well, it's been a long time since I played, so it's like, yeah, I know when I did play, yeah, you'd have to concentrate on everything and stuff, and especially because if I went wrong, that's it. The whole band goes wrong.
Yeah, because you're keeping tempo.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Michael, I've got a ukulele and a ukulele banjo, says Steve. I used to play bongos a little bit. And I used to mess around with the African drum. I can't remember its name, but it's literally shaped like that. And you could pull the ropes down the sides in tighter with your arm if you wanted to. It was an hour and 10 minutes ago. I said, I'll finish in 5 minutes. I think we'll give it. Let's say we'll give it another 2 minutes, and we'll finish the live. I need to get this Ant video recorded. Hey, Enforcer.
Hey, Gary.
Ant video done and dust. Speaking of Enforcer, were you around, Phil, when Scott's Inverts Enforcer was about?
I mean, Scott's Inverts Bodyguard.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
He's disappeared.
Hasn't been on for ages.
Hasn't been on for so long. I'm like, oh, what?
Did you actually ever find out who it was?
Well, I don't know, because that mystery was pretty cool. I've got a feeling it was Richard from Northern Exotics, but then I think they were both on at the same time. But if you've got two devices in your hand, you can do it anyway.
Yeah.
But if it's a mystery person being positive, I don't mind that. I find that quite cool.
I
did.
not have to have that. Send me a
Yeah.
link to that.
Chaz, we'll all be banging out the heavy metal stuff, and you'll be singing Wicked in the background.
Matt's going to be joining me in a field in August at Bloodstock. Well, yeah, Leah's live tomorrow from 8. So go and check that out if you can. That'd be awesome. What do you class as heavy metal? Well, true heavy metal is things like Judas Priest and Sabbath. So, but it covers a whole load of other things because I listen to some extreme metal stuff like black metal and stuff like black and death metal. So one of my favourite bands is Behemoth. So, but I also like symphonic metal, things like Nightwish and Epica. Wait a minute. Yeah, Sepultura are good. I've met Max Cavalera years ago. Met Derek Green as well. So it's separate gigs. Yeah, Matt, Behemoth put on a hell of a show, don't they? So, all nice these fighters. I'll check it out later. My old band was called Nocturna. So if you search Nocturna Metal, all one word, on YouTube, you come up with a few videos and stuff.
I met and played football with Arctic Monkeys. I met My Ruin. I tried to meet Marilyn Manson, but we got thrown out of the gig. Baby Shambles. This was a long time ago. Did a lot of drugs with them guys in place in Bedworth. One of them was actually from Bedworth. I can't actually remember much of that night, to be honest, or the following day.
First year Bloodstock got drunk with Cataclysm in the VIP area. I had access to the VIP area at my first Bloodstock. So then hung up with Gus G, who often plays guitar for Aussie. And so, but man, when it was the Far Wind.
What's going on with my phone?
Well, Amy Lee is a really good vocalist. She is a really good vocalist. I seen like a bit of System of a Down. Very good. chop suey is my alarm tone for when I wake up. Literally my alarm. It's just a bit weird when he started singing like Squidward.
Sorry, the wife was just messaging. System of a Down. All real. Absolutely amazing band. I don't mind their later stuff either, to be honest. But I'm one of these strange characters that will listen to Slipknot, System of a Down, and then we'll have Stormzy on the next track.
If you want to hear an absolutely awesome band, if you haven't heard of them, check out Bloodywood from India. They are absolutely awesome.
Mate, I mean, the wife's full on chav. So I'll put my heavy stuff on in here. She'll walk in and just walk back out again. She listens to Hitch, whatever his fucking name is. Shockingly shit. Some Manchester rapper wannabe gangster type, and it's like
They're great. Bloodywood. They infuse like traditional indie music into it, do some real heavy stuff, and then all their songs are like real having messages behind them and stuff, and they sort of go out there quite a lot. They're absolutely awesome. I like Steve.
no, it's Steve. Oh, there's Chaz. What's Chaz put in there? Can't promote Chaz. Bloody hell. Jay, look at that. So 4 o'clock till 7 tomorrow. Chaz will be doing Wilderness Wednesday tomorrow, and I'll have Ants on the Rock joining me. Chaz is a shining member of the community, openly discusses that he has autism as well. So you've got to go and support him, show him the love. He is a lovely guy, and like I said, people like Chaz really make me think that Leo has got a good future, because Chaz is a lovely guy. You know, somebody turns around to you and says, "Oh, your 3-year-old's autistic," you expect the absolute worst, and then you meet somebody like Chaz, who's 16, 17 with autism, and you think it's nowhere near the end of the world, is it? It's an amazing start. If you get what I'm trying to say, I hope you do, Chaz. Steve will be off to bed. Do a giveaway quick.
That's it.
No worries, Steve. I don't actually know if I'll be able to watch him, because the council are doing work on the wall where the Wi-Fi is, where it's plugged into the wall and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if that's going to get affected tomorrow or not. But yeah, anyway, there's 24 people watching. I hope you're all subscribed to Incredible Inverts and Other Animals. And as I've said a few times through this evening, if you can, please hit his channel membership up as well. It'd be great to see Phil have more capabilities of getting out and about, going places, doing videos from other places, other zoos, and all the rest of it. I hope you don't mind me kind of saying stuff like that, Phil.
No.
Because I don't think Phil promotes his channel membership enough on his own channel. Do you know what I mean?
Some of it just feels sometimes a bit cheeky to ask sometimes.
No, do it.
I mention it every now and then. I'll mention it, be like, oh, if it's something that you're interested in, I do have this kind of thing.
To start YouTube, okay, you don't need a lot, but when you get further down the line like you have now, you do need that input. And with that extra help, it makes a big difference to the channel.
Yeah.
Especially if people can see it being reinvested straight back into your channel. I think that makes a big difference. What work you haven't done, Scott? We've had a gap under the front door for 5 years, so they're now changing that. The front room by the front wall, when it rains, we can have water running down on the inside of the wall. So they're sorting all that out. They're also sorting. We've got black mold patches like this up in the bathroom and Layla's room. So they're sorting all those out over the next couple of days as well. But this is stuff that they've known about for 3 to 5 years, and what have you. So
I am Harry. I'm working tomorrow.
Scott's a wanker, says Chaz. I say no, Chav loves you. Right, I think I'm going to end the stream and say good night to everybody. Phil, the last time you were on here was 6 months. We can't leave it that long. I know you've popped on for open mic nights, but that don't count.
Yep.
So it'd be great to have you on a bit. Not wait another 6 months, because the Phil updates are always great updates. It's paint. They reckon they're going to got a paint to go on the black mold upstairs, and then paint over the top of it with something else. But they've done that before and it's not worked. So we shall see. But there's 5 of us in a 2-bed, so we are trying to move at the moment, as well as, which is just, it's been a pain. Is it okay if I bully you? Of course it is, Chaz. See you Sunday, Steve. Yeah, right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Really, really appreciate your support. Thank you to those new channel members as well. Really, really appreciate that support. And take care. And everybody that's going Sunday, we'll both see you on Sunday.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
No.